total.
And
so
on top
up.
of that, it's stunned on a failed con
Yeah,
save.
and I think everyone but one person failed.
Remember that one time we lost a ghost friend because he kept having to bring Theodore up? Also in the
BRB.
Tower dungeon? The Eladrin one?
Anyway, the more I hear, the more I understand that Dion chooses violence whether he wants to or not. So let's play some D&D.
So if your character's name isn't Theodore, you have a better chance of surviving.
Okay, so I'll be playing Riador. So when I end up joining Feywild, I'll play Riador, so I'm not Theodore, so I don't die.
If you want to take the name Theodore, be my fucking guest. It's cursed.
I don't want to. I'll take Riador.
I'll mispronounce it as Theodore whenever I get the chance.
Anyway. So, that being said, let me look for what I'm looking for right now. So, if anyone would like to, what? I guess, would anyone like to, do a recap for what happened last session?
Yeah, sure, I got this.
I don't know if I trust that.
Alright. Well, feel free.
Alright, so last time on Dipshit's Fuckery,
I see an issue.
we got out of the dungeon and we made bank. We talked to a nerd about the past and the future, and then we took his house key, and then we sailed away on our baller ass ship. We got back to camp after talking about some things, cause some guys coming to kill Brawlnay. Well, not kill, capture Brawlnay. And he's a little fucked in the head. Got back to camp. New characters happened. Electrum scams were created. And we were gonna bring the new members on a mission with Bob after we go save whatever horrid disease that has been unleashed onto reality by Robbie's new character.
You're welcome, world.
Is the disease immune to petrification?
I mean, it depends if it's a virus and like, if it's like a living disease, you know what I'm saying? Like probably petrified.
I mean, it's like half mana, so.
If it's not
the other
like,
half.
If it's not like alive, it probably can't be petrified.
It's like half a mixture of mana and magic, so do with that information as you will.
But yeah, that's the recap.
I mean, that was pretty decent, all things considered.
Yeah. Off Asleep Dion, pretty good at doing recaps.
Yeah, all things considered. Let me just do some test measurements for something.
Can someone give me an adrenaline shot of copium, please?
You're not going to be able to afford your spine immediately.
I have heroin.
What? No, I need copium.
Oh, my bad. You're going
Heroin.
to...
That'll be 70,000 gold.
I have like 10,000.
Can't afford it then.
No copium for you then.
I can give you copium if you stop hitting on Joseph Reddick.
With men, specifically.
With men, yeah.
Spider
Lady's fine.
Women are okay, just not
but she never hit on you. You tried to hit on her and failed.
No, it didn't fail.
Cope.
It went half alright.
It wasn't bad. It was just, Definitely an 8 charisma date.
It's so bad.
Listen, even your fucking bully showed up.
Yeah, and I clowned on him.
Yeah, and in doing so, ignored your date.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. No, you did though.
So
At best, it was a 6 out of 10.
between
It's a little
sessions, while I was being
I was
shown
trying to be
around the
nice.
camp by Alden, I ended up buying a magic item, and I need to know if it has anything inside of it. Here's the magic item for anyone that wants to see.
Yep.
So is there anything inside of it right now?
Yes, it's actually got 3 scrolls in it.
Oh, cool.
Now let's see if any of them are duds.
You don't get to see if any of them are duds.
But can I see?
I can see if I really try.
Understood. I don't. Cool. Good to know. All right, now I gotta roll for the spells.
So
All I know is there's
you
just
do
Make
get
sure-
to see
make
what
sure
the spells are.
Make sure to mark them as being from that scroll case, Robbie, for ease.
I am. I'm actually just added a couple lines to the thing so that I can
There's a
see
level
it.
1, a level 3, and a
There.
level 2. So cool.
all I know is there's just a little fire going on somewhere.
I do get to know what those scrolls are, so whenever you determine what they are, I would like to
It's a
know.
little wacky fire somewhere. You don't need to worry about it.
Nice and cozy. Don't
Can't wait till
forget
that level
to do
3
it.
is Fireball.
Nice and cozy. Pull up a chair, even. You
I'm
know.
gonna give you a handout
Roast a
to store all
marshmallow.
this stuff in, by the way, so that I can also keep notes about
Cool.
if you know.
So I'll have it on the handout and on my character sheet.
Yeah.
Cool.
What do we call it?
So yeah, fun little
Pandora's
wacky magic
scroll case?
item that I ended up purchasing.
Good for you.
In player's journal.
That was 10,000 gold.
Vash can be edited by Vash. So the first spell is
Go to a random spell list, just pick one out. If you want to pull up the inventor thing, you can go ahead and do that and pick one of those.
Barbs. Oh, you want silvery barbs?
Silvery barbs, Robbie.
Oh yeah, silvery barbs. Give me silvery barbs. Yo, you should give me silvery barbs.
Multi, my next character is gonna have unlimited reactions and silvery barbs.
no.
But not unlimited silvery barbs.
Yes, but no silvery barbs.
Would
Silvery
you
barbs,
rather have-
unlimited silvery barbs.
Infinite
no
silvery-
barbs.
Silvery barbs. As many silvery barbs as you could ever want. But no silvery barbs.
Honestly, I'm
Three
thinking
balls,
it
but it only works on the player.
I could theoretically cast infinite silvery barbs. However, silvery barbs does not exist.
I don't know why you're saying theoretically you could cast in this proposition infinite silvery barbs, as many as you want. There's no. I don't know why there's a theoretically here.
I like to imagine someone
There's just the
discovered truth
downside
of
of
silver.
no silvery barbs. It's pretty
I like to
minor.
imagine. I like to imagine someone discovered the truth of silvery barbs just so they won't have to deal with it ever again. It's the one spell people agree about.
That's what we
So
like to
we
call
could
the silvery
possibly
spite
do.
incident of oh nice D79.
1d79. And he rolled
Nice.
79 too.
All right,
That's
cool.
kind of impressive.
The first one is Zephyr Strike. Is the first level spell.
Oh, epic. That's actually isn't that like meh? It's not like amazing, but I don't think it's bad, right?
You move like
No,
the
it's
wind,
not
and until the spell ends, your movement does not provoke opportunity attacks. Once it ends, you can give yourself advantage on a one-weapon attack roll on your turn. This attack does an extra 1d8 force damage on hit. Whether you hit or miss, your walking speed increases by 30 feet until the end of that turn.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good.
And it's
actually.
concentration, so you can end the spell at any time.
And bonus
good.
action casting, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's a bonus.
actually pretty good.
and only verbal components.
Yeah. Shocked. Hey. Learn about a good spell every day
Yeah.
if you really try.
Yeah.
Do it every day. Deal with on the spells, but okay.
No, I'll just start making them up and putting them on Wikidot.
Like that's
Alright.
important.
They won't notice.
So level 2. What is the level 2? The answer to that is... bum 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 bum. I need to figure out how many level 2 spells there are.
Listen, when I put Disintegrate 2 Electric Boogaloo on there as a 9th level spell, they're gonna think that's normal. Everyone knows what that one does. Standard 5e. That was in the player's
1,
handbook,
2, 3,
actually.
4,
Heat metal.
5, 6,
Heat metal or
7.
vortex.
87. Slash roll 1d87. 58.
58.
Alright, so that's 20,
58.
40. Okay, 40. No, sorry, no. The 40 is the end of page 2, so I need to do page 3, is what it is. Because page 3 is 41 through 60. So it's 50 what? 58?
8.
58.
Alright. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, it's 18 is what that is, so I can just go. That's 60, 59, 58. Nastul's Magic Aura.
Oh,
Oh, it's magic aura. That's not useful.
sucks.
That's
L.
only useful for enemies.
Yeah, it really is only useful when you're fucking with player characters, so... Might as well just throw that one out, honestly.
Just cast it on something so you can reuse the scroll somewhere.
Yeah.
Level 3. What is the level 3 spell? Let's see, shall we? 3rd level.
It's gonna be...
Field upcasted.
Can't wait for
Casted
Nastul's
Field.
Magic Aura to be dud.
That would be tragic.
Make it
2,
as
3, 4,
useless as
5,
physically
6, 7,
possible.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 60 plus 14 is 74. So we need to roll 1.
I figured out why Zephyr Strike is so good. It's Ranger only.
Oh yeah, shit, I could have told you that.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
13, so that's page 1.
It's meant
They
to work
need it.
really well with Hunter's Mark. That's the spell.
Fair. It's concentration, though. It does not...
You can end it, so you can activate it,
10,
attack, end it, Hunter's Mark,
Conjure Barrage.
or you
Is
know,
the 3rd
the
level
opposite.
spell.
It's. Hey, I've given you guys a scroll of that spell before in Feyworld. No one ever used it. I don't think you guys even sold it.
What spell scroll is it? Barrage?
Conjure,
Conjure
Barrage.
Barrage.
Conjure Barrage.
So here's the thing about that, is it's actually not a horrible spell. It's not amazing, but it's not horrible. It's just that, like, we need to wait.
Alright, well.
We need a
there are
better
your
time for it.
scrolls.
You need to get a lot of things in a 60-foot cone.
Those
Yeah,
are
and then it will be
scrolls
useful.
that are currently inside the
Maybe.
Pandora's Scroll Case Light.
Yeah,
If you
scroll
use one,
punch, barrage
if you
is in
use
a
one
se-
of them, that is when the timer starts for the regeneration. So are you just going to use Nistol's Magic Aura to get rid of it?
Yes.
What are you casting
Also,
it on?
Conjure Barrage is actually pretty useful for me, so I can use that on my parasites.
and kill them.
They're not magical. I can just send out a barrage of parasites.
Anyway,
I'm going to cast it on.
You do
I'm gonna
realize
cast on
that,
the 3rd building to my right.
you realize that it does not come with any special effects from said ammunition,
Yeah.
right? It just does the
No.
damage. You just
which
get
your
damage,
parasites
that's
Oh.
it.
don't do any damage, so.
Damn,
Well,
unfortunate.
It doesn't
spell
do
comes
the
with
ammunition's damage. It does the spell's damage, and then the ammunition doesn't do anything else ever.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh,
And,
that's
Nistol's
really
Magic
boring.
Aura works. So what spell school would you like to put on there? Just so you can read the spell right. Let me see. Real quick.
what sounds like it would be really wacky and odd to have on something like that. Let's see.
A singular grain of
Um,
sand.
Illusion.
Let me just see something real quick. The stools, magic aura. Let's see. When you cast the spell, choose one or both of the effects. It lasts for the duration. So it's false aura, which is like detect magic. Non-magical object appear magical. Magical object appear non-magical, or change a magical aura so that it appears to belong to.
I'm not gonna do mask. I'm only going to do false appearance. I don't false aura. I'm not gonna mask it.
Oh, fair enough. So you just.
I'm just trying to get rid of the. Just trying to get rid of the scroll.
All right. Well, upon the end of this par, there will be another scroll in the case.
Cool.
I wonder what it'll be.
Silvery barbs.
If it is silvery barbs, I will re-roll.
If it's silvery barbs, it's gonna reroll at a 4th level spell slot, more deserving of what silvery barbs should be.
True.
Silvery Barbs is more like a 2nd level spell.
Silvery barbs, I think, would... Well, the thing is, I think silvery barbs would be fine if it was a 2nd level spell and wizards didn't have access to it.
True.
They don't... Wizards don't fucking deserve it. I'll just say
Like
it. They
a
don't deserve
sorcerer,
it.
warlock, bard spell.
Warlock
Yeah.
should definitely have access to it. If they're gonna spend one of those 2 slots on it, they can have it, you know? They can have it.
Fair enough.
If you're gonna choose that over a counter spell, go right ahead.
All right. All right. So. If I recall,
Anyway, that's done with. I have a
Yeah.
fun new magic item.
when we last left off, you guys were preparing to set out with the teleportation, which Mr. Contrain summons one of the black eyes, one of the camp's 3 black eyes, to transport you over there.
Let them handle the fire.
So who all is going on the party for the parasite stuff?
I don't know who all are.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't think my character's been introduced to Sam and Poseidon's character yet.
Nope.
I think the last thing we ended on was me getting hired as a bodyguard.
Correct.
I
Quick
mean-
question, Multi. What are the restrictions on magic items?
What do you mean?
For the choices that we get for new characters. Are there are there any restrictions or anything, like certain items that you can't take?
They're all on approval.
He needs to approve them, essentially.
Okay, gotcha.
They're all on
To be
approval.
fair, some of them don't necessarily need approval if they are genuinely simple enough, but generally speaking, approval, yes.
Yeah. Also, no, you can't have Helm of Teleportation with your rare magic item.
Like, if you
I
wanted,
mean,
like,
I wasn't
a
fine
bag
to
of
get that.
holding,
I didn't
you
even know
could
that was
take
an item.
that,
I'm gonna
you
be
know?
honest with you.
For context, Helm of Teleportation is a rare magic item that lets you cast teleport 3 times per day.
It's one of my favorite completely unbalanced magic items.
You know,
I love
teleport, the 7th level spell.
That
3
is
times per
good.
day, as a rare.
Hard.
True, 3 times per par. My bad. If it was 3 times per day, that might be a little bit more reasonable. But
3 times a week, maybe.
also, the camp currently does not have any Helms of Teleportation. They get one of those things, it's gone immediately.
That's right.
Interesting.
I stole it.
If only we had a helm of teleportation.
If you want a Helm of Teleportation, you have to order it, like specially. You have to order it, and they have to
Put it on.
get it to you.
Come on. Put it on your wish list.
Isley walks out with the helm of teleportation we found inside the fucking thing.
Did you guys
It's the
find
tech equivalent, but
Oh,
yeah,
true, you're right, you did find one!
literally just have that, you know?
You do have that. Anyway, so what happens is Contrain takes the memory of the location that, Vash was before she was teleported, and he applies it to the brain of the black guy, and they... All right. So who's coming with me? And Vash here, of course.
What is this for?
This is for the
Some
disease
damn
cleanup.
apocalyptic disease.
I'll go.
All right.
I mean, it's not going to kill anyone.
If it's going, I suppose
Just
I would
show them
try.
death.
I'll be going.
All right. Well, anyone who wishes to go, just place a hand on like my shoulder or my arms.
Don't pull a Grayson.
Also, fair warning, while we're there, don't do anything magical. Period. You will regret it.
True.
Gotcha.
Also, we also brought these that we should probably put on before we teleport. And Contrain brings out a bunch of hazmat suits.
Question.
Yes.
Who's that? I point to Ricky's character, who we have not been introduced to yet.
Oh yes. That is a bodyguard who was hired on by Mr. Flux here.
I guess I will introduce myself and try and
Say your
pronounce this-
name.
of course. Multi, if you would. Announce me.
Arcoris Andromeus Arceus.
Thank you very much.
Just call him Androneus. The rest isn't as important to him, but that title that he...
Andromeus.
Don't listen to her. Personally, I prefer to go by my first name.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jeff. You seem familiar. I reach out my hand for a handshake.
Also, make me a history check upon hearing Andromeus.
I will shake your hand.
All right.
Everyone, or
No. Just Jeff, man.
Yeah. Excuse me. I've just got a few things going on, you know. Don't worry about it. Where the fuck is it?
Obviously, I trust you. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you should trust. I would never do anything evil. Not once in my goddamn
I feel like this
life.
is you. Why do I feel like this is you trying to create a bit, but you actually are evil and you're using this as a disguise?
I have
It's-
no idea what he's talking about. That's lies and slander.
It certainly sounds familiar, but you can't remember what it is exactly off the top of your head.
I thought I was just going to be allowed to know it, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly,
go ahead.
I feel like you would have kept like a book of his investments.
I
Fair,
would have,
fair.
yeah. Genuinely, I would have.
All right, in that case.
Every investment he ever makes in a single book.
Yeah.
There's a
You
lot
guys
of them.
don't
It's a
even know
very
where
big
that
book.
is, though. Don't worry about it. Seem familiar. We met before?
No.
Must be deja vu or something.
Would be surprised if anyone recognized him.
He is recognizable. Anyway.
Anyway, let's get going. I recommend that all of you put on one of those hazmat suits.
what the so
And to you who's immune to disease, I recommend not doing anything magical. You will regret it.
What color are the hazmat suits?
Ominous.
They are bright orange, yellow, and with green markings.
Oh no,
bad.
I would not be caught dead in that.
Same. That style.
Well, it's a good thing you won't die to catch the disease from what Rash just told me.
What does it do?
Okay, I can go over the disease as I've got a record on all of its actual effects. I've gone to calling it the Scarlet Undeath. So, upon being afflicted by it, 3 red markings will appear on your body, 1 on your stomach, your head, and your heart. It will go all the way from front to back through those locations. It spreads using ambient magical energy and mana to fuel it's afflicted and further spread itself. This allows it to spread to some creatures who would normally be completely immune to the disease. As for the actual effects, an extreme lack of energy, feeling as if breathing is a challenge, all your mana channels latent or active, feel like they're burning, and using magic is impossible or an extreme challenge depending on the person, after being afflicted for around a par, complete incapacitation and the inability to move.
Interesting. How do you know all that?
Oh, dang.
Willing volunteers.
All right.
They were paid a lot of money for it, so.
Hmm.
Not an insight though.
You have a cure then, I assume?
As for them, I used magic. About actually creating a cure, I need to go over there to actually
Wouldn't
make a
magic
proper
make it
cure.
worse?
Very particular magic.
Hmm. Why not just use that magic again then?
It was a very expensive spell scroll.
I see. Fair enough. What does his insight get him?
That's a question for Robbie. Were they willing? And did you pay them?
James. Okay, sorry. Someone needed to talk to me. So, what's the insight get you?
Yeah.
They're telling the truth, but do you want me to roll a persuasion check?
Up to you, man. Honestly.
Up to you. You want me to
My
just-
persuasion is a -1. They're telling the truth, and they cannot afford another one. And they were also planning on making this. They were also very clearly planning on making this cure regardless.
I don't know. Maybe you're a terrorist or something.
That's rich coming from Poseidon.
I know, right?
Why do I
Would
hear
I actually
people
be here
talking
already?
about
I forgot.
Speaking of which,
Yeah,
by
you
the
can
way,
arrive if you want to.
I should note that Contrain is still in the room, by the way.
Yep, I'm
Which
not
was-
here.
Understandable.
I mean, the only way that all of us are able to talk to each other right now is through Contrain, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm somewhere far away.
We need isn't the whole reason we were at Contrain to get teleported away. That was the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your Contrain's just setting up the meeting with the black guy.
Ah, gotcha.
He will leave you guys to get your hazmat suits on.
How restrictive is the hazmat suit?
God, I don't have to
even
wear
ask.
one of those things.
Barely, if at all.
I mean, I'm not there, so I don't
Gotcha.
even know about this.
I should probably wear one, but I'm not
I'm not
gonna.
even there, so I don't know.
I ain't gonna say no to free protection. That's for sure.
Probably because you need it.
I didn't say that in character. I do need it. Thank you very much. What if my cloth gets
I was
ripped?
gonna
The
say it
sun
in
is a
character
deadly
too.
laser.
I would have said that in character too if you said your stuff in character.
The sun is a deadly
I'll be back in a
laser.
second. I'm using the
Not here.
restroom real quick.
Anyway, I'm just guessing.
Where's Abaddon, by the way?
I think that's up to you.
Oh. Look, true. I'm not there technically because I can't be in the room with Contrain. So, no.
I mean, you can have someone let you know when Contrain is left, but
Have to be
Who'd
like
tell
Braleus
me?
then.
he very well might.
Oh.
Definitely convince Braleus to
Wait,
tell you
don't
when
have a ring of
Contrain is
mind
left.
shielding? Aren't they fine?
You don't have one yet. Or do you?
No, but you gave me one to start the thing. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I think you did.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Or else
Interesting.
you would have caught me
Yeah.
years ago.
Already.
oh, true.
So I do ring mine to the there.
Fair. He still is going to question you
Just
about it
walking like a crazy
if he makes note of it though.
He already did. Contrain
haven't done
saw the
anything
Ring of
yet,
Ina
so.
shielding during their first meeting.
Oh,
And it was
true.
common for Arons to wear it, so.
I see. Fair enough.
So I am
Well,
safe
those
and
other
innocent.
people.
Just randomly.
Innocent,
Yeah, I'm
not
really
so
scared
much.
You guys can read my mind. I am an innocent man. I am innocent as the day I was born.
Speaking of which,
I'm
in
back.
that case, now that I realize it, he would have made you sign a certain contract that comes along with having a ring of
Would
mind
that
shielding in
require
his
my
camp.
leave?
Would-
Ah.
What is that
see.
contract? That's what I
What
want
does
to
this
know.
contract entail?
Not willingly committing any illegal actions whilst within the camp.
I mean, didn't work on the last set of people that had that.
That's because they expedited their rings of mind shielding and made sure that Contrain was not aware that they had them.
I told no lie then. You said while in camp, right?
Yeah, while
Did
in
say
camp, you
while in
cannot.
camp.
You
While
cannot
in camp.
willingly. While in camp, you cannot willingly break the
Then
law.
I swear. Then I swear on all that I am. I have broken no law currently, so I have broken no contract.
True.
Keep in mind that that is continuous.
telling
You cannot break the law while within camp either.
Oh, absolutely. I understand. I know how to break a contract more than I do know how to break people.
So,
And I'm
these...
me, so
All right then. Good luck with that. Anyway,
thank
Well,
you.
it says nothing about breaking the law
Coming.
while outside of camp.
Like literally, like right outside of camp,
And it
like
doesn't
right
have to knowingly
here,
do it.
right here, drugs. That's drug alley. Like right here, so many drugs.
Right there, Geneva Convention violation.
Exactly.
specifically,
That's not in camp.
Right here. I see it.
specifically to be
Not.
to be more specific about the wording of the contract, it would more detailedly it'd go into more in depth about what constitutes a quote unquote crime in camp, obviously.
In camp.
And what defines in camp.
Makes sense.
In camp would define activities that would affect the camp as well.
That essentially
That's too
means he
broad.
can't ever commit any crimes, because any crimes he commit,
Yeah,
if he
Multi,
gets
that's
caught,
too
would
broad.
Fair enough.
reflect badly on the
Instead,
camp,
just
which
give it
affects the
a
camp.
just give it a 1 mile blast radius around the camp. There
Fair
you
enough.
go. Problem solved. We can move on. End of
also is
story.
That makes
unable
sense, yeah.
to conspire to commit crimes within the camp.
Well, conspiracy is a crime itself, so.
Fair enough.
Actually, I do remember that. I remember you saying that. I remember you saying that one. Yeah,
Conspiracy is a crime, so yeah,
You know what?
fair enough.
we're good.
Cool.
Can he make
I-
someone sign that contract
Trust me,
legally?
Torus.
That's like essentially textbook
Oh,
thought
no.
policing, you know? Just for thinking about it, right?
Probably not.
Well, there's a difference between conspiring and thinking
Well,
about
conspiracy requires me to actually talk about it.
talking about it
Yeah,
and trying
no.
to set it up.
And, you know,
Talk about
plan
it,
it.
Talk to someone about it.
Then just don't talk to them inside the camp.
Maybe not
That's all.
execute it, but plan.
Yeah, that's the workaround. Don't talk about it in camp.
Don't talk about Fight Club
Don't
in the
worry
camp.
not. I don't talk to people.
You can think about Fight Club in
I don't
camp.
know these people.
In fact, you can even share your thoughts mentally with other thought readers.
We would
about Fight Club
encourage
in
you to
camp.
share your thoughts about Fight Club in camp.
However, you may not purposefully talk to or project your thoughts to others within camp.
But if somebody reads your mind about it, that's a different story.
Bakery.
If somebody were to say, read your mind about how you would like to work with them to deal a shit ton of drugs in camp, that's a different story.
True. But you
I'm opening
can't
a humble bakery.
actively
I don't know what you guys are talking
seek out
about.
people to talk to do that whilst it
Anyway,
Anyway.
moving on.
Yes. So
Mm-hmm.
everything
I'll
gets set
join.
up. And yeah, he's aware that you have the ring of mind shielding and you've signed the contract, so he's chilling.
I scowl at him for race traitoring.
So I would have someone ask you. I would have someone ask everyone.
Did you just accuse him of reverse
what languages
racism?
do you all speak?
No. We're accused him of race traitoring.
Yes.
That's reverse racism.
That's not what reverse racism
That's not
is.
what reverse
That's
racism
just
is.
racism.
It's not.
It's just racism.
It's work. It's different. But
racism.
So
It's called
my-
classism, actually.
Anyway, moving on.
Before we go, I would like to know what languages everyone here speaks.
As once you teleport, you will no longer be linked
Sarcasm.
by Contrain.
Common.
Oh
Solaran,
shoot! Something else I
Cross,
just
and
realized.
Elven.
sarcasm.
Abaddon cannot be linked in the mental conversation because of the ring.
So I would have someone ask for me.
What's going on?
Yes.
You can willingly allow telepathy.
Oh, with the ring? Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, true. I can't.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, as long as I willingly wanted to. Okay, I'm linked.
Never mind then. Wow, I'm
Sorry,
just
got a
really off my
connection
game
there.
today, I guess. Jeez.
I would also take out a list of all the languages that I can't speak.
Oh, fair. Which is 5 languages. Or no, I guess it's more than 5.
Do you speak Elven?
It's currently. Yes. Here's a list of
Ah,
languages
we're
that I
fine.
can't speak.
I feel like Elven's gonna just become the language this group defaults to.
Yeah, I speak Elvish. I'll be fine.
I also speak Elvish.
Wow.
You can't speak or you don't speak. Okay, wait. Huh? Okay, I need help. I don't understand that.
I almost said I speak light armor, and then I realized that's an armor proficiency.
Yes, I
Oh
speak
my-
light art.
Well, the thing is, my
That's
brain was like,
favorite-
oh, just read the proficiencies, and so I almost said light armor.
Is that a clue to what your next character is gonna be, Sam? It could be a sentient armor next.
No! It's gonna be a little more complicated.
Anyway.
Oh god, it's sentient chair.
Is that
No! Bigger. Like
is this
a
in primordial you speak?
double seat.
Ah,
Yes.
table. Gotcha.
No, it's
Vash
a love
does speak
seat.
primordial.
Okay. So, but infernal doesn't speak.
Does not speak infernal, no.
A little bit more complicated than a chair. You
okay,
could
cool.
call it a toilet.
Good. Then you have 3 language. You have 2 languages I don't speak. So yeah, I'll use common. I'm not using primordial.
So
He
For
can't
context-
speak common. My bad.
look in the
This is
look
a
in
list of the
paragraph.
languages that I
Oh, right.
can't speak.
Cannot.
Cannot speak.
Can speak almost every language except for those ones at the back. Except all of that.
Except for
Yep.
Crossin, Common, Starine, Solaran, and Aeron, as well as Cross Giant, Orc, Infernal, Gorbish, Giant, Dwarven, Shunshi, and the Agile Tongue.
Currently, I can read those
The
last
only language we
that
share
last
is
paragraph
primordial.
of languages. Can't speak or understand them.
I like how Robbie was nice enough to put Common,
I see.
Crossin, Starine, and Solaran in like a neat-ish order. And then Cross Giant, Orc, and all that was just kind of thrown in.
Yeah.
That's because that's the order that I was figuring out which ones that I can't speak.
Fair, but still, I just like the dichotomy there of the neatness of the first 4 and then the, not them.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway.
Okay.
So,
we share one language then.
anyone who's going to get a
Sorry.
hazmat suits on, puts on a hazmat suit. And then
Not it. They look nasty.
Multi, quick question. What are these stats up for a war scythe? Like, what's its damage?
uh
You never gave me that information. Is it a D8, D10?
versatile
Um,
D8, D10.
Okay, versatile. Okay, gotcha. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense.
Though keep in mind you
And
can
well-
only use it has a special property that means you can only use the reach property of it whilst using 2 hands.
Yeah, I know.
Good, just making sure.
And well, now moving on. Time to
Yes.
teleport.
Yep. Guys, all place a hand
So-
somewhere on the plaque on the guy. And
Don't say it like
I
that.
still have a glove on.
Oh, it's somewhere, all right.
he would ask that it be on his
He,
shoulders
even
or
better.
arms.
I have my gloves on. Don't worry.
That's not what the problem is that we're discussing.
I put my finger on his nose.
I know.
And
I
you
feel like he's
teleport.
done this before.
Oh yeah, no, he has had a couple people
Cup
Get a
check
little-
him.
get a little grippy with certain areas whilst teleporting.
Moving on.
Moving on. You guys teleport, and you are suddenly in a field right outside of a city.
Looking around, do I see my bag?
Make a perception check. And anyone else who
Can
would like to
anyone-
make a perception check may also do so.
Okay,
Perception.
at least.
Perception, you say?
Do
All
I?
right, you have advantage. You
I have
have
another
advantage
one.
for me. Yeah, for me,
Okay.
yeah.
Another
I
one.
thought we agreed on this. Anytime
That's
it's active.
43.
Yep, that's a 43, all right.
Jesus Christ.
I think the bag has been observed.
So,
If it exists, it's being observed.
Arcoris and Sule. How do you pronounce it? Is it Sule?
Sula.
Sula and Sula. Arcoris and Sula. You guys don't see a bag, but you do see a small creature in the grass nearby, underneath one of the trees. There's a little bit of a glint of something, and some odd liquidy substance.
I'll take a gander.
Take a
Get closer
gander?
and see exactly what it is.
There's an ooze on the ground, a very small one. And it is wearing a helmet, and it has a sword and a shield.
I don't know what you're saying, little man.
What language is it speaking? That's terrifying.
I believe it's speaking.
Did y'all find something?
A little ooze over here.
And it seems to, once it sees Vash, it gets very excited.
I'll walk over.
I believe that's oozish.
Hello. Hello.
That almost sounded like a hello.
I think that is a hello.
Okay, so I was under the impression that you already knew this one.
I was unconscious when I met him.
Oh,
He likes me. I'm just getting to meet him now.
oh, I see. It appears, and it scoots over in front of you, and then points a sword at everyone else in the group, as if in a defensive way towards Vash.
Right now, I
Hmm.
debate murdering that ooze in an instant.
Keep in
Right.
mind, its sword is about the size of a toothpick, or one of those little whatchamacallit, one of those little
I still debate it.
plastic swords you put in food. It's about the size of that.
They're okay people. Please don't hurt them.
It thinks it can beat us.
And it sort of
That's
lowers the
cute.
sword and looks up at Vash a little bit.
Is it hostile? Do we need to kill it?
Maybe.
I'd rather you didn't. It seems to be friendly. I think it's trying to protect me.
Understood.
I should think of it.
What does it say?
Does it Does its speech get translated for me?
Essentially, it's saying its name is Wobble.
Its name is Wobble.
And with that, it
Um,
crawls up and begins sliding up Vash's leg.
that's rather weird. Here, let me I'm going to somehow attempt to pick it up and I'll take a box out of my bag of holding, out of one of my bags of holding, and just put it inside of that,
I
a
see.
glass box.
And it chills
There
there.
you go. Does that work?
And it gives a little nod.
Good. So I guess I'll go ahead and take him with me. He seems to have taken a liking to me. I'd rather not kill him. So he's a friend.
But yes, the bag is gone.
However, we need to find that bag.
Then where should we begin searching?
Do I sense any mana that would fit the bag in a mile area around it?
You do not.
Could I make a survival check to see if I can find any tracks?
I gotta drop the band hammer real
BRB
quick.
for a
Give me a second.
Oh,
Bot.
who's...
Ooh, a bot.
A bot. Talking about doing things, you know.
Fun.
Probably should have reported it as well, actually. My bad. That's fine. It's been banned. Actually, can I quickly unban it, report it, and then reban it? It's fine. It's not something I'm worried about right now. Anyway, that being said, let's move on. So,
Could I make a check to see if there's like any tracks for her in the general area?
sure.
See
that
if
would be
maybe we can find something that would lead her to her bag.
survival check.
18.
You see what might be slight indents in the grass. Weirdly enough, they don't seem to be leading towards or away from the town, though. They seem to be coming from the opposite direction of the town, actually. And if you'd like to follow them, it'll be a DC... I would say another DC 18 survival check.
Tracks there. Looks like somebody's or something's walked through there. Might have taken your bag.
We should track them down. This shit over with.
Got it. Who has the highest survival here? Because I only have a
I
plus
have a
7.
+9, but no proficiency.
I have a plus
not-
7.
Do not look at Brolnaeus.
Hold on,
This
let me-
man
I-
has no
5.
fucking wisdom.
Hold on.
I can give you advantage, Vash.
Cool. I'm also gonna.
Oh, fine.
Is guidance applicable?
What's yours, Sula?
I'm trying to. My character sheet messed up, so I have to reload it.
Guidance
Oh, I
is
guess you
applicable as a D2. As this would take longer than a minute.
Cool.
I see you've
I would like
incorporated
to
the
know
roll.
if Captain Perception,
I
if
have a
Captain
+11.
Perception has a.
No. Hold on,
Okay.
that was stealth. Survival, +7. But if I'm allowed to use perception instead.
Nope.
Alright, I have +7, no advantage. No proficiency.
Okay, then I'll do it. I won't add the D2 as I think a 26 passes.
A 26 does pass the DC 18 check. You're able to follow the tracks. They are relatively fresh, probably within like the last hour or so from the looks of it. And they lead off into the woods that are nearby. The small wooded area. And they lead towards what appears to just be a rock.
Do they just lead towards a rock and then stop?
Yep, they lead up to the rock.
Take a gander at the rock.
Make a perception check.
Advantage. I'm not gonna say it from now on. Just know you have it.
That's,
It is, in fact, a rock made out of rock, though it looks like it's been lifted up recently and slightly moved.
I'm gonna.
Wait your turn.
And also, Sula, or Sula, Sula, Sula. You see an abnormally large amount of red energy around this area as well. Almost as if a little bit of it's leaking out between the blades of grass as well.
Okay, so quick thing that I'm going to add here. Some people need to start adding pronunciations to their names in Roll20. Like, what is this?
Says you, motherfucker.
To be fair, Vash is pretty easy to pronounce.
Yeah, but everything else, you know.
Yeah, well, welcome to hell, Bash. We all chose really stupid and hard to say
Mine's easy to
names.
pronounce. You can call me Jeff or Jeffamet. I don't need to add a pronunciation.
Yours is easy to fucking pronounce, but the way it's written makes me want to rip my
I'm
eyes
not
out.
going to, but I refuse to put like a pronunciation thing. It's easy enough to understand.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
It is genuinely easy enough to understand. Sula is not
Mine
as
is
easy.
more.
I don't know. I feel like Sula's pretty easy. You just gotta remember it.
Yeah.
True.
It's not that difficult.
Sula, 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 Sula.
To be fair, the Su part is really intuitive. It's just that it's la instead of li.
Or le.
Yeah,
Or
it's just
ille.
la.
I will say
Just
currently one of
remember
the
luck.
worst perpetrators of this is Arcorus, who doesn't even know how to pronounce his own name.
I think that's why I love his character so much, is because he can't even say his name, and so every time he has to say it, he's just like, Multi, introduce me.
Arcores
I've got my own-
Andromeas Arcyrus.
I've got my own personal announcer, and it makes me feel special, alright?
Bowser Jr.
Okay, would it be possible to absorb some of this red energy?
It's not as dense as it was when it was on Brolneus, is the thing.
Okay, okay.
We
No,
should
that's
just
fine.
lift up the rock. We
Yeah, I
could
mean,
solve
that's
the
what I said I
problem.
was going to do anyway.
Okay,
Gotta lift up the rock.
you lift up the rock. All right, make me a strength or athletics check.
They are one and the same for me. I guess I have to turn off my advantage.
It is a decently large rock, I will also
Tragic.
mention.
No. If that's the case, I would say, perhaps someone should pick up this rock right here. That would be my guess as to what to do.
How big is the rock?
I have an idea, actually.
It is at the very least a medium-sized rock, if not large.
I think I could... I don't know, how much does the rock weigh? I genuinely might be able to just lift it.
A couple
I
hundred.
don't know about
pounds,
everyone else.
at the very
Oh, I
least.
can just lift that.
Oh.
I have a 23 strength. I can
Oh,
literally
yeah,
just lift
you
that.
can just lift that.
Just,
I
I
have a
just lift
22.
that.
I wasn't expecting Jeffrey to be a strong boy. Not gonna lie.
Not as can't lift it as easily as Anna could.
I have
True.
a 22. I
Kinda
could
weak,
probably
actually.
12 pounds.
Just fucking lift it, honestly. It's not that hard, you
You
know.
lift it up, and there is in fact a little tunnel underneath it.
Who would have thought?
Sula, the energy is getting a little bit denser the lower into the tunnel it goes.
I jump in.
All right, it's not like a
Gemino.
okay. You jump in, and it's a little bit of a squeeze, notably, but you see a little bit of a carved out room-looking thing, and in the center of it is a rather large piece of red shunshin. A actually very rather large piece, like a human-sized piece.
Something that person could walk through.
You could say that, yeah.
I absorb some of its energy.
No, otherwise you'd just be able to use red shunshin as a permanent battery.
It wouldn't be permanent.
Make me a
Perception check.
power check.
Alright. Um,
But realistically speaking, his power is perception.
that is true.
I'm sorry. I just had to make the joke.
One charge, one charge.
High or low?
Let's see, what does my dice say? High.
Interesting.
It's a 13. It's
Damn.
low. You are not able
The
to get a
first
charge out
time
of that.
they've ever failed you.
No, well, it wasn't a direction, so that's the problem.
Exactly. You should have assigned it
So,
to a direction, and then that direction should have meant high or low.
Your
That
burger's
would have
getting
solved.
cold.
Oh, shoot. 1 second. Sorry, guys.
I want a burger.
So, what's down
Didn't get
there?
one for us. What the hell?
Just a,
A hole,
a giant piece of shun shun.
a hole in the ground.
I'm going
Footprints
to
going towards
assume
it.
it's red.
What
Why?
makes you say that?
Just a guess, knowing my luck.
No, it's actually white.
Eh?
Oh,
Very
that's a
strange,
surprise.
actually. Yes. Take this bag of yours into the void.
And
What
time
you
to
say?
play the game of I hope to God a chaos beast didn't appear when I was hit by the red waves and take my bag.
Oh no. There's
Chaos
nothing to be
Beast.
worried about a
I've
chaos
heard those
beast.
What's a
things.
chaos beast?
I have no idea, I just go along with it.
I'm not quite sure. Never seen one in person, but I've heard horrible things about them.
Oh, I'm sure they're fine.
I've heard nothing about them, personally.
Pray they can be killed. I don't know if they can be.
So, what is a chaos beast?
A chaos beast
I
is
kind of don't
formed
know.
when chaos energy hits something of power or uniqueness. One of such things would be a dryad. So when I say a giant wave of chaos energy flew through the entire world, a lot of chaos beasts would be created. Um, so a chaos beast is basically a descendant, could you say? Something like a descendant of Johnny. They're not all bad. Some of them are good, but they're all chaotic by nature. Although realistically, there could be one or two that are lawful because that's as chaotic as it gets.
Mm-hmm. Don't mind me asking. How do you know about that?
Research, knowledge,
From what?
a lot of places. I've also heard a lot of things within the Dark Forest.
Mm, that'd do it. That'd do it.
What are you guys speaking?
Chaos beasts.
Speaking language.
Elvish. It's the only one I know. It's the only one I have in common.
What language are you speaking in right now is the question.
Elvish. Is that
Turns
the
out
one
I'm the
that we
only
both
common
know?
because
I was
oh damn.
I was asking
Oh,
King what language he was speaking.
oh, common.
Ah, god damn it, I don't understand
Yeah, I'm
common.
speaking common.
I can respond to him in common. I
I
know
can't. I
common.
only know I only know undercommon.
I know above common, so I'm pretty cool.
Oh God, I'm so
I'm
glad
beyond
that this
common.
character has done what it has to this party.
This body is missing the one key to survival
The
tactic
only
ready.
language we share would scare everyone here. As no one speaks primordial here, right?
Nope.
Speak Celestial.
I
I mean,
speak
my
light
character
armor.
literally
That's
asked
good.
everyone for languages they know.
And the only thing I said, primordial. Huh? Oh, right.
I mean,
Don't use that
I
language
can talk
often.
to you. You just have to ask me in primordial.
Yeah, could. I know, it's just like it's a language I imagine this character just doesn't use often, so he's rusty. So if he offends you, I'm sorry.
Oh,
So,
this character's great.
know any other cool secrets from the Dark Forest?
Um, Apparently the aberrations there are stronger than the ones outside of it. I mean, I always thought the one that I met was a low-ranking one. Apparently, out here they'd be around a
High rank.
horrific monster that could probably destroy half the a couple of cities before it was taken out.
I feel
Hmm?
like that's bragging from him. That's an overestimate.
I actually didn't hear it from him. Learned it from aberrations that weren't in the Dark Forest.
I think I'd win.
There's
True.
there's no way the people of the upper world. There's no way the people up here are that unprepared.
Anyway,
God, I gotta get used
Depends on
to
the city, from what I've
this.
learned.
Any other cool secrets? Seem like a wealth of knowledge.
Um, I have a bit of knowledge on how music boxes work.
Mm.
And the handle them when they poop.
What's music?
that's even funnier. That's even funnier. That's a fair point. You would know stories about music at maybe.
Maybe. Honestly, the only songs I can imagine him knowing would be war songs.
Oh yeah.
He probably knows what singing is, but he's probably never heard actual musical instruments.
I like those chants that the military does as their like marching chants.
That's his entire people's fucking idea of music. It's just war chants.
War chants and perhaps low humming
Sounds
instruments.
familiar.
Oh yeah. They probably have a haka as well, actually. You know, as some people do. So.
Sounds deeply familiar.
Gammate, gammate, gura, gura. Anyway,
You can stop now.
Anything
I
else
did
down here
already,
aside from
so.
the chunchum?
The white
Nope.
chunchum, yeah.
No, the white chunchum.
Oh, you said it was white?
Yeah.
Oh,
He may have
I
done
see.
a little bit of lying.
A little bit of fibbing.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. As a treat.
I see. Well, I see.
Oh, somebody just take your bag then?
I'm guessing. Which is very bad, actually. We need to find it. This is gonna
So we're
keep
going in the
really
hole then.
annoying. Yeah, probably gotta go in the
Well,
hole and...
a hole leads to White Shunjum, which could take us just about anywhere else, right? How do we know it's gonna take us where they went?
Assuming we don't die when we touch it, of course.
That is also fair. Be a little stupid to just go down the hole and try to go through it.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting we do that. That is a horrible idea.
Why'd you say we go down the hole?
I didn't.
Okay then.
So... Probably a decent idea. We go check out the town and then start looking for more potential ways that this could have gone.
I don't think. I mean, we could
Hope
check
to
out the
God that
town,
Redwave
but
didn't create a bunch of chaos beasts.
I mean, we can check out the town, obviously, but I don't think we're gonna find any other traces of them nearby. Not if they went through the White Shunjum down there. Probably just gone.
Yeah. Hey, Belnaeus was your name, right?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know how to put this. You have any experience with like white shunshum or people going through shunshum, that type of thing?
Nope.
Are you
Yeah,
trying to
worth a shot
suggest that
asking.
we should try to go through it and follow them?
Oh hell no, that's a horrible idea.
Then why are you bringing this up again?
Worth asking.
In case we could follow them through the shunshum?
In case they had any idea of which direction they could have possibly gone.
I know which direction they went.
Oh,
They're in the
Different
hall.
where's
dimension.
that?
There's no real specific direction it took them. They're in a different dimension. We're not gonna find traces of them unless we go there and get lucky with where we end up.
Oh, I was thinking of a different god.
Yeah, you were thinking of black. I know.
Yeah. I'm so confused with
That's
gods
that's
and
why
colors.
that's why I was saying, what are we gonna do to find them? They're literally a different dimension. You know, it's not happening. So
Well, we can always try again tomorrow.
checking out the town's a good idea, but not
Probably
trying to
best we
follow.
check out the. Probably best we check out the town.
Fine.
We go to check out the town. Is Multi back yet?
Did he leave? I thought he returned.
I did too.
Yeah, Multi, you there?
I was
Hi, Multi, you
muted.
there?
You're so freaking stupid.
You love to hear it.
Okay. Yeah, go check out the town. That's yep. I thought you guys were pulling my leg there for a second. I saw it was red.
No, we just couldn't hear you.
Nope, you were just silent.
Yep, that's what I figured out.
I don't know. You just kind of thought you were letting them roleplay a bit and just get that character
Yeah.
sorted.
I mean, I kind of was. I was eating, so.
He was talking the whole time, trying to interrupt us with food in his mouth. That's so nasty.
Man, I can't
wasn't.
believe Multi would be that bad of a
Damn
DM.
you.
Shut up! Shut your mouth. Okay, so. Yeah, you guys make your way towards the town and step in, and people kind of look at you a little funny, and they see the dryad, and they kind of squint their eyes at her, and then somebody
They
goes,
see someone they definitely recognize, actually.
"Oh, hey, Vash."
Hi. Glad to see you're all alright.
I mean, not all of us. Good half the town's gone. But we've had a couple other people drop by randomly.
What happened to
We-
the town?
Well, when the red waves hit, a lot of us disappeared.
I'd do it.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, they'll definitely do it.
Sounds fun.
But yeah, how can I help you? Glad to see you're back.
I lost one of my bags. Currently trying to find it.
Oh, was it a? Kind of looks around for a second. Was it one of those bags?
Oh yeah, it was that bag actually.
Oh boy, that's You have that must be what those people were carrying off. Uh-oh.
Judging by the sound
What
of it, I
people?
assume no one got hit by the infection. At least
Oh,
not you.
no, we haven't seen anything of that sort at all around here. But yeah, some people in some weird red robes stopped by and picked up the bag and walked away with it. I
Oh God!
didn't know what that was
damn
about,
it.
but it
Of
Fuck.
course.
Red robe.
Well,
Red.
would I know about the red robes or any information about that?
I mean,
Straight up, how
Red-
much do the Hush deal with red cultists?
never.
Never. So I have no clue what's so bad about red robes.
Do you know what a bull
Hmm.
is? You know what a bull is?
No.
Well, its explanation doesn't really work then.
Maybe
Oh,
it's
don't
just better we
exist in
don't
this
go after
world.
this bag
Hmm.
anymore. Let's just go back to camp.
Yep.
But if it's red, then why would it be white, Shansha?
For easy getaway? What do you mean why? Going to a different dimension is
I
probably
don't
the
know.
best way to get away.
From all the red cultists that I've heard about, they're very adamant about specifically using red. Don't know why. Anyway, yeah,
Suppose, but
probably
at the
just
same
running away to
time,
a different dimension.
yeah, best way to get away.
We'll have to find those. This is not good.
Well, that being said, yeah, the black eye is still there with you. Well,
This can hardly be good.
Seems like it's time we get going. Got bad news though.
that is unfortunate. Should we
Yep.
make our way back then?
Seems like it. Less. She got something else you want to do.
Do you?
Not much else I can do, as I need a part of the disease to start working on the cure. And reproducing that is not going to be easy.
What if you checked the victims who were originally infected for it?
I can probably do that. And please
I
don't
still
call
have.
them victims.
You mean
That's what they are.
you mean the
They're
Jacobson family?
volunteers.
Victims
Bless
are
you.
victims, whether volunteers or not. They got hit with it.
Yeah,
They
I'll check
suffered.
with them.
All right. Well, you go to the house where the people lived that you went to.
Yeah.
It has been crushed in by something. Not quite sure what though. The whole thing's collapsed.
So were they inside of it when the red waves hit?
No idea.
Did this happen when the red waves hit?
A little bit afterwards, a large beast of sorts ran by, and I suppose ran by isn't quite the right word. It jumped by, and it may have landed on top of the house.
Large beast?
Yeah, it looked like a what are those people? The Munkins? Looked like one of those, but really, really big.
Alrighty then.
You see as like visible annoyance and frustration again begins appearing on Vash's face.
Well, they're dead. They
They might
can't
not
say
have
no
been,
to you
but
collecting samples now, I guess.
we've not really found any of them. Though we've really not been able to explore the buildings. We've been kind of rebuilding other places that were destroyed by said beast when it ran through.
Worth looking for their bodies.
Yeah, that makes sense. We should go back to the camp.
Not gonna. Alright.
I think
You're right. I should go ahead and just dig through this place.
I mean, I feel like you kind of owe them that.
Yeah. Yeah, I have an idea. I'm going to try to mutate the area around the plants around them to clear the rubble.
All right, make me a power check. DC, trying to clear the entire house. I would say DC 20. That's a
It's
decent
loading.
rate.
not supposed to be at advanced. I think at 32 passes anyway.
Yeah, 32 passes. I was actually gonna up this 22 because it was a little bit, it was a whole house. It wasn't a super big house, but it was a whole house. They cleared off, and
Whole horse.
admittedly, out of the 3 people you tested on, you do only see one evidence of one smooshed corpse that has been sitting there for a dry over week.
Well, I'll see if I can. I doubt there's any actual remaining decent samples of the disease remaining, but I might as well check before we bury him.
They're not getting an open casket.
I will try to check if I can get any viable sample of the disease.
All right, make me a biology check or power check or whatever it would be to disease making.
Poisoner's kit or alchemist supplies?
Let's do alchemist supplies.
Okay, well they're both at expertise. Not
Fair enough.
trying to create not trying to create a cure with this one, so I don't have advantage, and that's wisdom.
Something else I will
And go.
note is that from what you knew of the spell that you used, it would have completely wiped any history of the disease out of their body.
Oh, in that case, I'll try hoping, knowing that there definitely isn't any, but it's worth hoping.
Testing just in case. Yeah, you used a very high level cure disease scroll. A very high level cure disease scroll. So it wiped that disease out.
Yeah, there's none remaining, not because of time, but because of the scroll I used. So
because if there was any
let's
disease
get
left in them,
them
they were
buried.
probably going to get sick again if they were using spells.
Yeah. Well, let's get them buried. This is becoming very, very annoying.
Suppose now it's time to go back to camp then, isn't it? Nothing left
Yeah.
to do.
All right. Well, you guys grab the body and bury it, I assume, or at least get it out to the town who can bury it.
Yes. I will bury it.
All right. Then yeah, you bury it out in the graveyard. The graveyard is, as you can see, noticeably larger than it was the last time you were here as well. And there is a large headstone rock that marks names of people who disappeared, whether they be just up and vanished in the event. And from what you can see, this town that previously had a couple hundred people, there is at least 150 names on that rock.
Unfortunate.
It is. Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Well, we go back to camp.
All right.
I assume when we get back, Jefferot's going to be doing a mind scan to get the report.
Yeah, essentially.
Contrain.
Yeah,
Contrain.
So, Contrain, really bad news. The red.
Yes, I just got that.
How much you want to bet those red cloaks are the same red cloaks bothering us?
Well, I'd imagine that it's you said a white chumchum, right? That's what Sula said. Which, for context, Sula has a mind shielding thing, right?
Yes, he does.
All right. Well, that's a little odd. From what I've seen previously, the
How deep was the crystal?
about 15, 20 feet.
Good to know. I'm gonna DM you something.
All right. Well. All right. Oh, I'm ready for a number. All right. Anyway, well, that's going on. Let's see. So, yeah, you make it back, and there's a little bit of a solemn tone to everything. With it being a white Shunshun, weren't they using red Shunshun to traverse earlier? That's what we found in the basement of that one building they were using, right? Was the red Shunshun?
If you're asking me, I don't know.
I don't know either.
This would be the Bralneus.
Yeah, that would have been Brolnaeus. And well, Abaddon wasn't there for that, so it would be two Brolnaeus.
There we go. Yeah, in the basement, it was red. Big fuck off crystal.
Hmm. And how big was this piece of Shunshun you found?
Oh, about the size of a person.
No, so easily could be. Why was it white? They're using new methods to traverse?
We could tell you where the hole was. We didn't really go down there to check it out. No, Chum Chum.
Not
Yeah.
personally.
Fair enough.
Only he did.
Hmm.
I doubt they would use white though. Not
Yeah,
this
did we
style.
see-
Correct with that assumption.
Was it? Are you sure it was white?
I am highly skeptical it was white.
Yeah,
Alright,
sounds rather
skeptical.
odd.
It makes a little sense why they would start using white now.
Either way, if this is
Especially
a
with their disposition.
new occurrence, we should track it in their activities. Have you guys been keeping track of the cult's activities? I know that we have our own record that we've been keeping, but
Yeah,
in case you
here,
guys have your own.
let me.
I haven't, no.
Bralneus will send
Fair.
over a file from his multi-tool with recorded listings.
All right, wonderful. I shall add this to
Should we?
our record. I'll cross-reference this with our record, but I should mark this down that using white Shunshun now.
Of course, is gonna hold a hand up, and he wants to ask a question. What's this about a cult?
Okay, that's a long explanation.
And
could I get that data, by the way? Got an Omni tool myself.
And by the
all
way,
that.
for context, Arcoris, Contrain is going to beam the information into your brain about the cult.
No.
Mind beam.
Could I also get whatever information you'll have currently collected? If I'm gonna be working here for any
I'll be
amount,
back.
I would like to have it.
But yes, no. He sort of information shares with everyone who's willing, with the information that they've collected about the cult themselves as the.
I would be willing for said information.
Then yeah, he beams it into your brain.
I already have most of the information.
I'll take
Kind
it
of, halfway,
to-
maybe. Who knows?
That
I
makes
will-
it even more strange that it was white.
'Cause
I will put this down. I will put this down on my Omni tool.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
What's I'm doing about?
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, so
Oh, wait, what?
Two
Yes, what
fucking
happened?
goblins over there plotting.
I know.
You're not even plotting. That's the funny thing. It's just you're all deaf, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit. What about it?
I'm not gonna say anything.
No, I wasn't here for what they said. Goddamn. I'm curious.
Hold on, I'll DM multi it in roll 20, just so.
All right.
I'm looking at the place.
Please do. All right. So. Yeah, that being said, oh,
Space.
oh, I see. Understandable.
It was
I'm
out
gonna have.
loud.
He
I'm-
has been. Yeah.
I'm gonna have a
I've
certain.
heard everyone.
I'm gonna have a certain person make a perception check against that. I don't know.
Could I make a perception to hear whatever they said? Because I wasn't here for that.
Would
I've
Hey,
said
you
You were
nothing.
here when I was saying stuff still.
would a 16 be high enough for a certain mentalist person to hear what's going on?
I'm going to roll this to GM. This is not what I'm going to use as the actual DC, by the way. This is
Alright.
just more a sense of how good it was. Oh.
Did you say it was
Oh.
actually red?
Well, shoot. Yeah, he doesn't hear you.
I assume you got like a nat 20 or something.
Maybe.
Perhaps. So I
It's
guess he
so
net
fucking
20
funny.
in real life too. Apparently, jeez.
But I don't know. I heard every single one. So
Anyway, well, that being said, moving on. So, yeah. Well, I suppose it should be a little bit of time to give you some rest after the Dungeon of the Artificer King. I was originally planning a party, but with the,
I think he's forgot. Yeah. There's only a single original member of the group right now here.
yep.
oh,
We don't really enjoy parties all that much. Throw one for Bob and his gang. They sure went through it, but
well, the issue
leave
is
us
that
out.
we,
I don't
We
know.
can't
I
really-
like parties.
we're currently working with the, how do you put it, the legal stuff for, and he kind of looks a little bit, he
What,
looks
they're
at the
gonna
other
stop
member-
you from throwing a fucking party?
Well, I don't think people are really in the mood to be in a party planning mood right now. Also,
Alright, peace. Brawlnius just disappears. He just leaves.
Oh, I guess I got a full
Feeling
after
that
him.
is rather annoying considering that we're currently trying to figure out what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
There is no we. There is a you.
Of course, by the way,
We-
follows after him.
We did our job.
I mean, I would be fine joining a group of some sort, just so I have something to do. I mean, considering they've been doing a lot with this red cult, I'd like to figure out where my bag is.
fair enough. I mean, that's up to them. Go talk to Islay if you would like to apply for the group. I think he's over by the Mechanica right now, which is essentially their ship that they use. And he beams the location of the Mechanica into your brain.
Ooh,
They're
I'll
gonna
go over
enter the
there.
barrier and then get fucking blasted.
Well, also, by the way, don't breach the this radius around it. You'll see a slight warping in the air. Don't touch it.
Okay, I guess I'll be going
Or
over
do.
there
I
then.
ain't your dad.
I'll
It's a
just trust you.
For context, Jeffermet, it is a spatial distortion field, and I'm sure you probably learned about those in school.
I didn't go to school.
You what?
Yeah.
Oh,
At least not like a public
Being
school. or
great.
anything. It
I
was
see.
school
I
for
was homeschooled.
well, for context, a spatial distortion field essentially is where space is folded across itself multiple times. If you were to touch it, the part that you touched it with would be spread across every single fold, which would essentially split you into as many shreds as there are folds. So, but just as a suggestion, unless you don't want to stay in one piece, don't touch it.
So how do we get past
Or
it?
do.
Well, you could ask one of the previous members, whether that be Aldin or Rolneus or someone, to help you across through the field. They have pins that they can use to get through it safely.
Oh, I'm just chopped liver.
Yes,
Oh, I'm
or
just chopped
Abaddon
liver.
here. Abaddon has a pin to get through.
Oh,
Considering Bash is already gone, she'll go to the Mechanica, and she'll just wait outside the field and just wait.
I'm pretty sure Islay would be outside working on the machine, right?
Nom, nom, nom.
Understandable.
I had food in my mouth.
Words of wisdom.
Turns into a Peanuts adult. Peanuts adult. Arr.
To be fair, usually probably
No,
would have
I
already
don't
been
know
working
if
on
you
more
can.
badges. Since we're
Oh,
getting
fair
new
enough.
recruits.
True, that is fair.
It wouldn't necessarily take him very long, but he would have been working on them.
Yeah, and would he have asked the members that were retiring to? Oh no, they have rooms in the Mechanica.
No, they need to keep them.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I assume he's making more, so he makes more badges. That wouldn't take him very long. As a matter of fact, in the couple hours it's been since you guys got back, it's probably possible that it's definitely possible that he was able to make some more badges that were properly attuned, since he already has the design for it. So. All right, well, that's that. Yeah, so where is Islay right now?
Goddamn, I'm trying to eat.
Sorry.
That's what Easily says too.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. Like, damn, I'm trying to eat here.
I'll be back momentarily.
So Islay would have made the badges, and then he would just be waiting to give them out, essentially.
Oh, I see.
I say waiting, but not like literally waiting. He would be working on the device, as it were. Or reading, if not working on it. He's got a lot to read.
He does. Anyway, so yeah. Choo. In that case, send in the people. He's working on the device now. He should be outside. All right, cool. Well, we can just sort of, if you guys would like to, we can just sort of roll on by the him giving them the badges. And
I don't really care to do badge RP, no.
Fair enough. And he also talks to Vash about applying, which I would like that to be well played out a little bit, though.
Applying? What?
Or asking to join the group.
Oh, fair.
You are still the group leader.
Yeah, we can RP that out right now. I would take Vash into a separate room though, in the Mechanica.
Fair. Well, Vash, you went to the Mechanica.
Can't wait for Isley just to say no and probably has to make a new character.
So, what's your name?
Uh-oh.
Oh, he went. That's right.
Yeah.
No RP.
I got back just in time to hear. So, what's your name?
Oh, I'm talking to Vash. We're in a separate room in the mechanic. I'm giving you an interview.
Hello, my name is Valentines Akalian Lenella Zefex Sic Hertz Dambagala Blue Stradivari Talon Trent Pierre Andri Cotton Hamos Ivanovici Valdus George Deutzel Kaiser III. But please, call me Vash.
Alright then, Vash, what's your power?
My power is called Rules of Nature. It allows me to manipulate, mutate, and evolve plants. I also have photokinesis.
How may you manipulate and evolve plants per se?
In a very large variety of ways, so long as I touch them with my hands.
Okay. Would you care to describe a few of those ways for me? Perhaps your more sort of
Typically in
spectacular ways of
combat,
doing it.
for simpler ways, I can take a seed that I produce and turn it into something like a parasite or cause it to multiply and create a full garden. Those are my simpler ways and what I will typically use in combat. I could also say mutate myself, for example. I can go ahead and give you a showing of that.
I do not need
So
that.
Vash is going to. Oh, okay. If you don't, then okay.
What
But I can turn
exactly...
parts of myself into weapons, or I could. Something that I did earlier today was I mutated the plants in a decently large area to uh grow rapidly and remove the rubble from building.
What do you mean by parasites in gardens?
Parasites is something that I produce and then I would shoot into someone's body, causing them to grow and slowly cause issues for a person. This could do anything from draining their blood to their mana, or creating a army of very small creatures that run rampant inside someone's body. And I have an alarm going off.
Oh. I'm sure Easily has an alarm going off.
I have an alarm that tells me to take me. I have an alarm that I use to remind me to take out the last bag of trash for the night.
Ah, I see.
Fair. I get that, actually.
For
Interesting.
gardens, I create a large area hazard for anyone who isn't me.
Gotcha. What else? Anything notable about you?
Could you define notable?
Things that would be interesting to know about you, I suppose. They don't necessarily need to be deep, but interesting.
I grew up in the dark forest as I am a dryad. I was kicked out of the dark forest because I met with an aberration. My general job is a pharmacist, where I'll do things such as create diseases, poisons, and medicine to cure said diseases and poisons.
If I may ask, why do you make diseases, exactly?
And When I first heard about the idea, some part of my lineage, I think it would be, sort of. I'm a dryad, so lineage is kind of weird. But some part of my lineage, I guess you should say, or bloodline, when I heard about the idea, grew excited. And I aim to always create a cure if at all possible, if for anything that I create, but it's just a natural draw.
Mm-hmm. What exactly is your lineage then? Is it just dryad weirdness? Because I
Um,
don't know how dryads
I am
work.
assuming since I am the third, it would be my great grandfather is pestilence.
Hmm.
I'm just assuming it's that because it's just a wild guess more than anything. I know that I'm a descendant of pestilence, sort of, but that's all that I know.
I see. Hmm. Hmm. What do you know about what we do here in the group? Do you know what we do here?
Um, if I'm correct, I don't know if I've heard that y'all are Dungeoneers yet.
Nope.
I think when that was talked about, it was in a different language.
Yep.
I've not. Although, I have heard about stuff with a red cult that has my bag, so I'm kind of looking to figure out what they are, and I'm willing to work with whoever required to find it.
Hmm. What does working with us mean for you, if I may ask then, since you don't know what we actually do here?
Money, carrying my boredom, those are the main things.
Hmm.
Also, finding my bag is currently the very top of my priority list, as I don't want what's inside it getting around anywhere.
So, what's inside the bag?
Uh, very bad disease. You could probably learn more from Brelneus.
Interesting.
It's called the Scarlet Undeath.
Creative. Alrighty.
You're welcome. I made it myself.
What we do here is dungeoneering. Do you know what dungeons are?
Yes,
Then what are they?
and so areas created by magical items that sat around for too long and ended up spreading around to the area around them and creating a dungeon. Sometimes
Hmm.
these things are inhabited by meds and various other creatures that create problems if they stick around for too long.
Gotcha. Seem to have a very basic understanding of dungeons. Hmm. Now that you've learned that we dungeoneer, are you still interested?
Yes, that makes finding money to fund my research as well as figuring out where my bag is a lot easier.
I see, I see. Well, do you have any questions for me about our group, what we do here, or anything else about the camp, perhaps?
General curiosity about the members of said group,
Ah,
and that'd be the main thing. I'd also like a decently detailed map of the camp itself, as that would be rather useful.
oh,
Also,
there's
I'd
one
like
out on the
information on.
signpost.
I would
They're
also
just
like
sort of scattered.
information on the languages that each of the people in the group speak. By the way, this entire time we've been speaking in the room.
I will not be providing almost any of that information. I could provide you with a map, but there are just maps on the posts around. It's a big camp, so they make maps for people, especially since it moves every now and then, so keeping up with everything is rather difficult.
Also, I would like a decent place to keep this little friend of mine. When we are not on, well, we are out in a dungeon, as I don't think I want to be bringing him inside of one. I think it's a
Well,
him, maybe an it, could be a she.
I'll be right
depending
back.
on your approval, we obviously have a place in the Mechanica here for them.
That would
But
work
that
fine.
depends on your approval, obviously.
I would be fine with it. I hope he would be fine with it.
Well, I suppose that's the interview for now. I'd like to talk with Brolneus about all of this, obviously. He's the co-leader.
Oh, one more interesting thing. Anything that's not one of the 5 primary languages of this world, I can read.
Hmm. Interesting. And you speak Moon Rune.
Yes, in case you would want to see it, here's a list of the languages that I can't speak and understand. And then these are the 5 languages that I can't speak, read, or understand, or anything, no matter what I do or how hard I try.
Hmm. I see.
Trust me, I've tried the comprehend languages spell.
Gotcha. Well, pending on your approval, we'll see how this goes.
Okay,
You can leave now.
yeah, I'm getting up. I leave the Mechanica.
I'm
All right,
going to have
cool.
a long talk with Brolneus.
About what?
Fucking Dryad! You think that was a glowing review he gave? You think that was glowing answers? Almost every
Understandable.
one of those had red flags.
Understandable.
Oh, why do you want a Dungeoneer? Oh, just boredom, funding my projects that involve making diseases and curing them. You know, the normal things to want the Dungeoneer for. The normal things. No red flags. None.
Yeah, absolutely none. You're welcome. This character has a 6 charisma. They do not work
I'm
with
back.
people.
I'm going to need to talk with you, Brolneus, as Islay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny if you called me just as I returned back to the hospital area.
I will call you whenever the interview is done. I am unaware of when that is.
So it'll probably be like 10 minutes into the thing, and Brolneus gets interrupted again.
All right then. Well, the whole thing with Zadia goes pretty well. She accepts. She lets you know that she accepted the offer to go. What was it? Play chess again.
That or get a drink, yeah. One of the two.
Go on a date. She accepts the date.
I want you to know, Brolneus, I'm still following you, by the way.
Okay, so I just teleported away from you, and you don't
It's
have
up to you to find him.
Yeah, you don't have a
Exactly, I'm-
telepathic link.
I'm gonna go track you down. What check would this be?
Investigation or survival.
Yeah, one of those two.
I'll do survival.
Oh
25.
yeah, he finds you. He finds you real fast.
I
You see a few of my infected creatures flying around, like the matrons going over, and you kind of like fucking triangulate my position, because they all move kind of around me, and then you see me and Zadia in like one of like the intersection squares of like the commercial areas, sitting down having a drink while playing chess.
Oh, she was gonna suggest that you schedule it for a later date because she also has work that she needs to get back to in a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. When are you free?
About 2 pars. I have a par long break.
Alright. Hopefully nothing horrible happens by then. But yeah.
That would be unfortunate.
Bring, bring.
Just as you find me, I'm just gonna call you Arn. I refuse to. I'm just gonna call you Arn, okay?
We could just call him Icarus.
All right, Icarus, don't fly to the sun. Just as you turn the corner and see me, I hold up my multi-tool. Yeah, what's up?
We've got a problem. I need you back at the Technica. Not Technica, whatever the fuck this thing is called.
Mechanica.
Mechanica.
All right,
Sorry, I'm
I'm on-
advertising a different campaign.
I'm on my way. I'll be there in. Looks at watch. 6 seconds.
Alright.
Closes
He's about to-
multi-tool.
He's about to disappear in the
Teleports
front.
away.
I want you to know I don't have a badge because I didn't go with everyone else.
Listen, this is perfect because it's gonna emphasize the use of being infected by me. Because then you can teleport with me.
Oh, I'm gonna track your creatures down again. I guess another survival, right?
Yeah, I like another one.
26, even
Yep.
better.
Yeah,
They start moving around the Technica.
Mechanica.
Mechanica.
I feel like you probably would have informed me of the Mechanicus thing,
Yeah,
right?
you know about the defensive measures.
I'm just gonna wait outside then until somebody comes out.
Stares at you through the walls.
Brolnius appears from within one of the door
Actually,
folds of the Mechanica.
I know what I can do. I'll go to one of your summons and try and get them. Try and what's the word I'm looking for here? Try and get their attention.
Prowler looks at you. Its many arm-like appendages with blades on them move like in a way that breaks their bones, but they don't break. It just makes a clacking sound.
That's horrific. Why would you do this?
What a majestic creature! I've never seen anything more beautiful than this.
I knew it was coming. Still hate it.
It's like a pug. It breathes so harshly that it sounds like it's suffocating.
I'm trying to remember. Do you like have like full contact with all your creatures, or do you have to focus on them?
Nope, I have full contact. Unless I shut off the synaptic link, I can hear, see, and feel everything they do.
Gotcha. All right, Bronas, I'm trapped outside. I don't have a badge.
Hold up,
Yikes.
easily. I'll be right back. Rips out of spine. I'm like halfway in. I'm like a centaur merged with Prowler. I didn't think about that.
Oh no, he has 2 rib cages.
You saw that too.
Wait, doesn't he like have 3 right now? Actually, like maybe like, you know, he's like halfway through, right? He's got like 3.
No, he has 2, but there's just a section.
All
where
right.
they-
All right, follow me in. Follow me in. Brolneus does not unmerge. He just starts walking with Prowler. It's like a fucking Drider.
Looks terrifying.
Oh god.
I want to put it out of its misery.
Burn it.
You can fucking try,
My staff to
bozo.
Burn it.
You can fucking try.
Cast fireball.
Well, that
Brolneus,
needs to be purged. It needs to be smited.
I
I'll
cast bleach
walk
on my
you.
eyes.
I'll walk you into the Mechanica.
Gotcha.
All right, stay in the waiting room. I gotta go talk to Easley and private. I'm still
Understood.
merged. I walk into Easley's room, still merged. All
It's
right,
not my
what's the
room.
deal?
We're in a private room. Thank you very much.
Okay, private meeting room. All right, what's up?
The Dryad. What did you think about her?
I don't see where this is coming from.
I'm
What?
just
What?
asking what you thought about her. I did an interview. She wants to join, so I interviewed her.
Why? We did the job. Why would she join us?
I'll explain that in a second. What did you think about her? You've not had long, I understand, so it's more first impressions, but those are important. Anyway.
Her study of biology and disease is intriguing to me, but from what I have experienced personality-wise, unhinged.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So, I was getting a very similar vibe myself. I would also like to say that she rambles a lot. Like, she divulged a lot of information to me that she did not need to divulge. What was not a part of the questions, just at all, she told me anyway. So, I'm slightly worried about sharing dungeoneering secrets with her, as it's entirely possible she'll get asked to share them, and then she just will.
Yeah.
And on to why she's joining us. She did not know we were dungeoneering. She didn't know that.
Isn't that like...
She wanted to join us because she wanted money for her projects and to find her bag. She also wanted to, and I quote, cure her boredom.
Mm.
After she found out we were dungeoneering, which she knew a good bit about dungeons, after she found out, she stood by those two sentiments.
That's odd, to say the least.
Cure her boredom. Work on
Dungeoneering's
her studies. Just red flags. A lot of them.
Dungeoneering also ain't an easy job.
No, it's not.
It
She
worked
seemed
out in our case because we worked well together, but
she seemed very confident in her abilities. So I guess that's good, but
also, I don't know if you felt it, but when I was around her, I felt this. And Brolnius like raises his hand to the back of his neck and rubs where his mark of conquest is. Not knowing it himself, I'm getting this buzz in my head nearer.
yes, she is a what the fuck are they called? She's a descendant of pestilence, apparently. Which is
Oh, that
information she
explains
divulged.
the weird itch. It's like a goddamn headache, but it doesn't hurt.
Yes, she apparently has an uncontrollable urge to make diseases. I suppose she cures them out of kindness.
Perhaps that's why I get such obsessive cravings myself.
Possible. What I do know is that if she's going to be allowed in the group, it's going to be under heavy supervision. She is, for all intents and purposes, probably batshit insane and should not be trusted.
Also, there's something I need to bring up.
Yeah?
I was told in confidence this, but seeing I'm vice leader and your leader, the one known as Suli.
Sula.
Fuck you, it's Suli now. Sula is
Better call Sule.
Walk into this ship.
Sula is bad news. Like really bad news.
What do you mean by that?
Not the fun kind of red eye bad news.
Okay. Alright.
They made a convincing argument about being separated from their compatriots and had made a deal. I won't go into detail because I did promise to not divulge. They were
Hmm.
at the very least convincing, but nothing can put away the hairs that stand on and around that issue. You know what I'm saying? They're also concealing their eyes as well. Which, I mean, fair. That's
If they regret it, if they don't like it, then it does make sense
Mhm.
they would conceal them, I suppose.
But,
Okay.
you have you seen them in person?
No.
They're
Not yet.
wearing the same kind of ring Abaddon has.
No, I'm not.
You're
It would
not?
be
Oh,
invisible.
Never mind. That's my bad. Record. Wow.
I think we should be rational about this. We're taking on a few new members. Right?
Mm,
What are the odds they all butt heads?
unlikely.
Gotcha.
Judging from their personalities, they're eccentric, not inherently problematic. I don't
Don't know about
sense
that dryad.
an honor around them. I don't think we'll have to put an ironclad leash on them to stop them from being impulsive. But
Then it would be more malicious if anything ever happened.
yeah.
Okay.
Also, here's the information you'll need about my new bodyguard. I'll send that over on a multi-tool.
Gotcha. Thank you.
A race you never
I
heard
think
about.
An interesting guy.
I'm thinking that with the help of your bodyguard, they don't seem that bad to me. Help of your bodyguard, you two probably keep a decent eye on the new recruits. Well, I don't know about Vash. Calling her a recruit is a little far for right now.
Let's say
Offended.
Unpaid intern.
Does that mean I get paid?
Oh.
Call her
Yay!
unpaid
I'm cheers for
intern
this
for
course
right
started.
now.
The paid unpaid intern.
Oh, there will be no payment.
This is specifically why I didn't want to become a recruit. This is why I went for the bodyguard job.
payment out the gate with free dental care
So I'm being
and free health care if you
Dental?
allow Bralneus to tend to you.
I'm being semi-serious about the unpaid part. She seems like if she isn't paid, things could go very wrong. And although I
You need to
don't
know
necessarily
Vash now.
want to push that button, I feel like we probably shouldn't pay her too much anyway, because at least right now, where it's
Well-
going to seems suspicious.
How about this? Instead of assigning her as a member in our group, we'll hire her on as a commissioned mercenary. She's using us as a focal point to get to her goal. And we'll be using her for fighting prowess. So I think that's the best way to do it. Instead of getting shares of dungeon loot, just a flat mercantile payment.
I could get behind that, at least for right now.
I think that's a good way to do it.
So, obviously, we're going to need to keep an eye on them. About Suli, as you said. I know it's Sula. He said Suli, so.
No, fair enough. No, that's fair. That's fair.
I think we could be a little devious about that ourselves. Worst case scenario, they work with the cult. In that scenario, we should use them to lure out said cult. As long as we keep any red shunshun from actually getting aboard, we should be generally safe on the Mechanica here. Generally, obviously. So we could use that to our advantage if they ever
Oh,
try to make a move.
Oh?
Oh?
oh.
They
I heard
they
like
said something
mega
about movement.
static. I heard mega static.
Ah,
Huh? Really?
I heard what you said though.
gotcha.
Yeah, that sounds good. We should install a stop search point at the entrance, for the new members, just to make sure they aren't carrying anything into the Mechanica. Talos would be unhappy with.
That should
Or us
be
for that matter.
relatively easy to do, honestly. I'll set that up. Like a metal detector for, I guess, maybe some
If
metal
you'd
things.
like, I could be setting up a scanning routine for certain materials such as red shell.
That would be
Also,
nice.
any contraband or anything.
Yes,
Of
that too.
course. Any unregistered weapons, any unregistered substances possibly equivalent to diseases, for instance, or other things of the sort.
Perhaps really focus on that disease aspect. I cannot stress this enough, do not want to miss out on that specifically.
Unfortunately,
Please
I
do.
may have a difficult time scanning inside of any magical bags, such as bags of holding. Though, if I was to receive an upgrade to my dimensional sensors, I could probably attempt to breach into the extra-dimensional spaces of magical bags, such as bags of holding or haversacks.
Calculate the cost of the upgrade.
I was going to upgrade you in a different way that would help with that, but I can also do that.
That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, sir.
I'll get working on it.
Talos, calculate the cost of the upgrade.
Oh, it would be as simple as adding a new set of wiring for the dimensional core inside of my standard systems.
So menial labor.
Essentially.
Not menial.
And a
That's
little
like,
bit, and some more conducion, so, but
yeah,
roughly maybe a quarter pound at most.
Oh, so that's
it's a good bit. £25's a lot of conducion.
That is roughly about 25 gold pieces.
A lot.
It's
I only have £40. I genuinely do not have a lot of it.
Also, are we gonna be sharing notes on technomancy or keeping them separate?
I mean, I'm fine with sharing them, but my notes are going to be mostly from my point of view, and I don't know how well that'll translate for you.
I'll take what you got, cause a new form of a new perspective and understanding is likely to help. I'll also send you my side, but you probably won't like it too much. It's gonna focus a lot on the biological focus.
If you would like, I could contact the Solarian Capital Technologist Guild if you'd like.
Nope, leave them the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
Understood.
Seconded there, buddy.
Perhaps the Magician's Guild.
Nope, no guilds. We're keeping this to ourselves for right now.
Understood.
Not out of greed or anything. Let's be clear about that, Talos.
Out of fear for our own safety.
Well, anyone you'd like me to contact, please let me know ahead of time so that I may set up connections.
Gotcha. I'm gonna need to set up like a little... Ooh, you could become friends with him. That'd probably cheer him up. Oh, don't worry about it. You'll be getting a new friend.
I see. That would be greatly appreciated, sir.
I say friend in quotation marks. I think you two will get along. I can't guarantee it.
If they are fellow creation of Islay Waylex, it would be greatly an honor to meet them. Apologies for my lack of grammar there. I am still working on some circuits of the linguistic sort.
You're fine. Got
Alright.
a good bit to work on then.
If that's
Oh.
settled, I'll go handle everything.
Yes, also these. I'll hand you badges. Could you give those to the new recruits?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright. Would you like me to set a reminder to set up the extra dimensional sensors?
Yes, please. Actually, I'm going to set a reminder. Not going to work on those immediately. I've got a little bit of something else I must do first.
Understandable. Setting a reminder
this
for a time that would be most convenient for you.
By the way, Bronneus, this should go without saying, but say nothing about the Artificer King and Technomancy to them. At
Oh,
least for
you
now.
don't gotta worry about that. No.
I assume
That
I should
being
also not
said,
mention of the sort.
Do not mention it. Yes, keep
that
that
being said,
sealed shut.
the warden is coming for my ass. I'm really worried about that. We have no clue when he's coming.
Bronneus, if you'd like, I would be glad to set out a general search for any radio signals of the sort that might be used by such companies or bands.
Yeah, look at everything. Anything and everything you can get at.
Provided it is all right with Sir, I shall begin a sweep of nearby signals.
I'm fine with it, but do be careful not to, like, steal people's private information. That kind
Of
of
course. If it does not pertain to the information, I shall not save it.
good. Good.
And I shall also be sure not to direct enough power that would distract from the on-ship security systems, assuming that is what you would like.
Do not take away from our security systems. It would be better that the ship is well protected from them than that we know they're coming. Because they can't get
Understood.
in. Hopefully.
Alright,
Excess
Bronnace will
power
leave.
being diverted towards scanning nearby frequencies. Thank you, sir. If you need anything else, let me know. I will begin searching now.
All right.
I'm going to get working on technomancy. See ya.
Yeah, with that, you guys do that. So, Brilneus, I imagine you go disperse the badges to the group and get everything all set up and tell Vash that they're on a probationary period?
Well, everyone's on a probationary period.
enough.
Vash has a unique contract. Probationary mercenary.
Ah,
I will be discussing that.
Alright, so, Vash, right?
Yes.
We've decided not to take you in as a member of this dungeoneering group. But
Can I know why?
I'm getting there. Ed will take you on as a mercenary. It doesn't really seem
Could you
like
describe
you're...
the differences?
Well, the simplest difference is you'll have a salary rather than a commission and, what was it called?
That sounds a lot like
Loot
just trying to
split.
screw over my payment.
Well, you can take it or you cannot. It's up to you. You'll still receive hazard pay. It's much like the dungeon hire-on system that we use here in camp. Some people prefer to take a direct payment for the mission, and it's a commission, and then a hazard bonus after the fact, instead of dungeoneering loot gained from the dungeon. That's sort of the contract.
Could I ask for the reasons?
Yes. 1. Your interests don't align with us. 2. We don't know who you are. Well, we do, but, not long term. 3. And I'm gonna be bluntly honest about this. You're kind of sketch. Not trying to
This
scam you or
could just
anything.
be biased, but I feel like I'm not the sketchiest person out of those who are signing up.
Well, you feel free to voice your complaints. I'm not here to argue. Here's the paperwork. Feel free to sign it. Feel free to not. Take any complaints to Contrain.
What would my cut of the payment be, and how would my payment work?
Your payment would be decided on the mission, and afterwards would be paid depending on hazard pay. So if we get into, I don't know, a fight where your life's on the line, typically somewhere in the few thousands. On the high end, depending on the payment of the mission itself. If it's a bunch of smaller, less riskier fights,
So I would see no share of the dungeon loot.
correct.
That sounds kind of unfair.
Also, the specific payment amount won't be decided by me or Easley. It would be decided by the camp. At their rates, not ours. So I can assure you, you'll get fair payment. Probably won't be as much as you would have made with a share of a loot, but you'll get your fair share.
At least until you can
After
prove
this-
Would
yourself
I
as
be
a
able
valuable
to?
member of the group.
Would
This
I
is
be able to grow to become a full member of the group?
potentially, but you don't exactly sound like a
Could I
long-term.
get a? Could I get a guarantee that it's possible?
It is 100% possible. You just don't sound like a long-term candidate for the job, considering your motivations are money, workflow, and to retrieve your bag.
Hmm.
I don't see a motivation within you to last much longer than achieving 2 of those goals. Aside from the specific allure of money. And if you've come into this job, or coming here specifically for money, I recommend you leave. This place ain't for getting rich quick.
I mean, it
Okay.
can be.
It can be.
It's
I mean,
But
just
you guys-
normally,
From where you're standing, that's bullshit.
as somebody who just got rich very quickly, it is for that.
We
It's
got
just also-
very lucky.
It's also incredibly dangerous.
But we did also get very lucky, to be fair.
Yes,
if
you
you're
did.
gonna stay in this job, you're gonna to actually work for. While the rewards potentially can be exponential, there are other benefits. Me
In
personally,
that case, how about
kind
I
of
put up
tied
an
here.
offer? In the case that I do end up deciding to stick around, or that you all end up finding me genuinely useful to the group, you will add me on as a full member. Vash will put out her hand, and you'll see a light magical glow begin to generate around it.
Bronius will raise his eye. If you want
In
to have a
oath.
contract made, you can take it up with Contrain and request me to sign it.
Where is this
Contract.
conversation taking place?
That's a good one, to be fair.
Probably outside of the Mechanica.
Like outside the force field or outside of the actual ship itself?
Outside the Mechanica within the force field.
I see. Understandable. You begin being showered with water. As there is, like, there's like a warping, and you see what appears to be possibly some figures outside, and then suddenly sprays of water that are shattered into millions of little bits. As the water itself gets spread across every single of the folds.
What the hell is this coming from?
So how much water are we talking about?
About 1/20th of a fire hose or so.
Bronius will
a
just
lot.
Bronius will just poke his head out of the force field. What the hell are you doing?
It's something that we typically
Make
call
me a
an oath.
perception check.
Both
And
of
from
us?
Anyone, Braldnaeus, who's looking outside the force field. I mean, I still am going to require some stealth checks, but I mean, so roll them,
Wait,
and you can roll
Actually, there would have only been one figure, if any figures. I don't know how to tell you this.
the GM. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm not rolling it.
Fair enough.
I would not have been noticed.
no, I'm trying to message Multi something or asking something.
Mm-hmm.
And we called the Dryad sketch.
Listen, it's funny. You have to admit, it is pretty
I'm not
funny.
denying it's not funny. It's just pointing out the fact here.
It's not sketch if it's a funny prank.
Oh, I see. No, they wouldn't have parked it in such a place.
Okay, if that's the case,
Yeah, they would have parked it in an area where Talos would have full visibility of the area around them. Oh, problem is you don't see jack, brother.
The fuck?
You see a fire hose.
Where's
that
this
is-
water coming from?
You see a fire hose that's propped up and firing water onto the shield on the Mechanica, but that's about it.
Is there like a window in the waiting room?
There are no windows in the Mechanica.
There
Gotcha.
are
There
no
are-
windows.
There
I mean,
is a
there's one
camera
window in
feed.
the front, so we can see, probably.
There are camera feeds you could be watching the outside.
Yeah.
Upon requesting Talos to pull them up for you.
Brawlnaeus will go back into the force field and command an infestor to walk over and kick over the hose.
He kicks it over. Water still sprays onto the shield. It's not covering you now, but it's
Well,
like
if it's
leaking
no
into the
longer
Mechanica.
propped up, that hose is going batshit insane. If it's a fire hose, that hose is going. If it's no longer propped up properly.
Brawlnaeus is just gonna leave it alone.
Okay. There's a little bit of fiasco going on outside the barrier, but but Brawlnaeus doesn't care about that. As a bunch of
Damn
people,
right he doesn't.
as a bunch of people try to attempt to grab the hose, eventually a speedster runs up the line and shuts it off.
Don't know what that was about.
Anyway, whether we want to
What
hire
this
you
about
on,
contracts? This is called.
unless
This
we want
is
to
an
hire.
oath.
Okay, I'm not going to make an oath. Your your employing status after each mission is perfectly up for debate, and you may continue to request being a full member. But as it stands, in this instance, we are not willing to take you on as one, but instead a probationary mercenary. If you have complaints about
Okay.
this, you can allege them to Contrain or Easley, should they be of import. Otherwise, you're
Well,
free to take
guess
the
I'll have to
paperwork
live with
with
it.
you and think it over.
Hmm. Guess I'll have to live with it.
Well, if you sign the paperwork, Brawlnaeus will give you a badge, and then go
Yeah,
looking for
she'll
the
sign
others.
it. She'll read through it quickly and then sign it. Unless
just
there's
the basic-
anything like genuinely bad about it.
It's just the basic mercenary one, I'd imagine.
Brawlnaeus is sitting outside the barrier, thinking, how should I find the other two?
I
I'm
would
not
walk
good at
up to the
finding
barrier.
things.
I
Oh!
assume Sula would be following me, so.
I know. I'll go ask Contrain. Just as you guys come out and walk to the barrier, Brawlnaeus teleports away.
Oh,
Oh, there that guy goes.
Sounds like
Weird
he's off in a
fella.
hurry.
You just hear, oh, I'll go ask Contrain. Snap, disappears.
He seems to be good friends with the camp leader.
I feel bad for the camp leader.
Vash walks out of the barrier now wearing the badge
You look a
Hello.
little wet there. Are you okay?
with a genuinely annoyed look on her face. Actually, she's not wet. You see a stone in her hand though.
Oh.
After
What,
about 30 seconds, you all feel a mental pulse across the camp as he attempts to echolocate the
Me?
dead spots that would signify people with the rings of mind shielding.
Ah. Let's see.
He now knows the location of everyone wearing a ring of mind shielding.
Well,
And
I'm still in the camp.
He
Leave
should
me alone.
do that a lot more often, considering what happened a couple days ago.
it takes a lot of focus, and it's kind of a pain sometimes.
A few people have probably just been caught with illegal rings of mind shielding.
Well, he doesn't know who the person is, though. That's the
He'll
Yeah.
know soon enough, because he can read the minds of the people next to them to see the thoughts and the visions to
That's
see who's
also
wearing
a
them.
fair point, actually. And which is actually what he does. Vash, you feel a brief poke into your mind as he looks through your eyes for a moment and sees Jephimet and Sula
Just standing there.
just chilling there.
Hey, Contrain! Where's Sula and Jephimet?
All right, give me a second. Boom. And then that's when the pulse happens.
I feel like you're his version of our Anna.
Looks like they're right outside. It looks like they are right outside the Mechanica.
I was just there. Okay. Thank you, Contrain.
You're welcome.
So,
Keep
how do we
my
get
word on
inside?
gold.
Exactly.
Do you need a badge?
How
Where do we get
a badge?
those?
Brolneus descends from the
I
sky.
got mine from Brelneus.
Oh, and he's flying.
As he
No,
falls from the matron.
Yep, I fall.
Nope.
I fall from the matron 50 feet in the air and slam into the ground, prone, taking
17 damage.
Max.
18 damage.
Wow, you rolled one higher
Wow.
than me.
I gotta say, it's impressive that all the ones in the middle were 2.
I know, right? It's like a 2 sandwich.
No. That's hard to look at.
I crack my neck. Oh, there you two are.
Oh, well.
That's one way
So-
to make an entrance.
Here's your badges. It'll let you into the
Oh.
Mechanica.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Put it on.
Put it
Also-
on.
Contrain looked very mad after he did that whole thing everyone just felt. So, I think some people are in trouble.
Oh, a shame. I'm not even there, but I'm just saying that out loud.
Fair enough.
I see.
For context, for what the people with the mind shielding rings felt, is they felt a vague pressure on their mind for a second, but that was about it. It was a very vague
I'm
sensation.
giving you aching.
All right.
Well-
You just-
Welcome to the crew.
Thank you.
Wow.
Happy to be
Winner
on.
for them.
Also, Mr. Abaddon, I'd like you to send me exactly what you're doing right now to accomplish what you need to do.
What
Sir,
what
my-
are you so upset about, Dryad?
Sorry, a bunch of people were talking in the room, so I muted myself.
You're fine.
General annoyances. I'm getting signed on as a temporary mercenary, and I'm not getting any cut of the pay, any realistic cut of the pay
You're getting salary.
outside of post dungeon pay, which is probably not even close to dungeon pay.
Well, I mean, if there's ever a dungeon we can complete, you still get paid regardless.
Exactly.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be brought up to a full member sooner rather than later.
You say that,
Oh,
but you don't know anything about
By
this.
the way, how long can you remain Contras if you don't have that mana generation?
If I'm at full capacity, 8 hours.
Alright. How long is it gonna take for you to get to full capacity?
I generate around, from the calculations are done in my head, I generate around 2 hours of time for every hour I have it on.
In that case, you should be full cap already, right? Unless you've been using mana.
I have not been, so I am at full capacity.
What'd you say?
I have not been using mana, so yes, I'm at full capacity.
Alright, can I borrow that for a bit?
Sure, why?
Oh, don't worry about it. Brawlnius holds open his unprotected flesh arm to hold on to it, which you would know which would instantly transfer mana into him and give him poison sickness, mana sickness, if he didn't have channels.
Yeah, sure, just
So
give
the
it back
reason it's
sooner rather than later. I can sustain myself off of the random Solarans here, who are more than likely more than willing to let me drain some mana from them.
I'll be giving it back shortly.
also it needs to be worn on the head for the purposes of that's where the crest of your mana channels are, is in the crown. Like right where the third eye is, or would be. So that is why it's worn on the head, because that's the easiest access point.
Well, everyone else sees Brawlnius take it, put it on, and he walks to the Mechanica.
And
Hey.
for you, you will generate 400 mana points per hour.
Hey, I got a question for you, Bash.
And that would be?
Why'd you give him your thing?
I mean, they're technically the people that got it for me. If they need
So,
to use it for something for a little bit, might as well.
isn't it yours
I
now?
sort of owe them. Yeah, they did give it to me. At least I think that's what it is. That's what that Alden fellow said.
Did you just?
No offense, but I don't see any reason why you should have given it to him. They might be hiring you, but doesn't mean make it theirs or give them a right to it, does it? When you give someone a gift,
Potentially,
it's
if
not
I'm
yours
nicer to
anymore.
them, it'll be easier for me to get into a full position, so...
If you keep bowing down to their requests, maybe.
Or maybe they'll think you a suck up and will do whatever someone says if it means you get the best outcome.
Yep.
And they said I was the shady one.
Listen, I'm just saying you should
To
too.
be fair, you are pretty shady.
The seeds are being sown.
Don't let people tie you down. Do whatever you want.
I'm going to stop listening to you too.
I'm not saying you should do whatever you want. What I'm saying is, shouldn't just give your stuff away like that. There's no reason to. He asked nicely, but that's it. You didn't ask him why he wanted it, what he wanted it for. You just gave it to him. As far as you know, he might not ever give it back. You asked for it back. But what if he doesn't? What if he destroys it? What then? You don't know what he's doing with it.
You make a valid point.
Seem a little too
Probably should put
trusting is
more effort
all
into
I'm
those
saying.
types of things.
Oh yeah.
Should.
Sule.
He'll get it right eventually. I
Sula.
believe in him. I
Um,
believe in him.
With your
Goodman?
sight, you would have noticed Brawlnius's physical mana channels had no mana in them.
I
You
think I would have also seen that,
Or felt it at the very least.
correct, Multi?
Yeah, or felt it at the very least.
I don't know. I didn't see any mana in those channels. I think you should go demand it back.
There was mana of sorts in that armor, in that arm of his, although it does not look normal,
No, it doesn't. And I
or
mean, he's
even
keeping
feel normal.
so much from you. And I mean, at least this thing brought you back. Don't you think he at least deserves to tell you what he's using it for?
Especially since it is also still yours. I mean, does he know what'll happen to you if you're without it too long? Maybe your body needs it now.
Fucking two devils on their shoulder. Damn.
There's no angels
You
here.
I'm not
are
even over there.
Again, I'm not trying to incite anything here. All I'm saying is, be a little less trusting with the people that you shouldn't be trusting too much. That's all.
I don't know. I think you should
you
go
see
over
a
there and
face of
ask.
genuine annoyance start to appear on Vash's face
I
as
mean,
she
they
just
didn't make you a full member.
really tries to not say anything.
Oh, I have a shit-eating grin. I'm enjoying this so much.
I have
I'm the
no
shady one?
expression on my face.
I'm the shady one? How am I the shady one?
I don't know. To be fair, I do work with
shady
diseases.
anyway.
Ability to spot shade is difficult.
Their unease is understandable to that extent.
All right.
I mean, you make them just to cure them.
Listen, it's easy to view people
Try asking question, but
as walking red flags when you have rose-tinted glasses on.
That's a. It's not an analogy I've heard before, but it's a good one.
Thank you.
All right. So, that being said, I think it's time that we move on to having a certain. Let's do a little bit of a time skip. All right. Let's
Wait,
move on.
I do want to ask something.
Oh, yeah,
Bonus,
go
do you
ahead.
ever go back to the waiting room?
What?
Do you ever go back to the waiting room to tell me what's happening? 'Cause you
Yeah,
left me there.
Yeah. I go back in after I get the infinite mana.
Gotcha. I was gonna pull a joke that if you didn't come back there, he was gonna just stay there for the entire night.
So I'm back.
About how long does it take you to get back to Vash?
The infinite mana,
Yeah.
3 hours, and then I return.
So that's leaves you with yes, you have 8 hours. That leaves you with
5.
5. Yeah, I don't know why my brain was refusing to do that math. You have 5 hours left when he gets back to you.
I know we gave you this legendary item for free, but here you go. Thanks for lending it to me.
It's a little harsh there without phrasing, Bromeus. What the frick?
I know we gave you this magic item from the kindness of our hearts, and we give it to you for free nonetheless, and we're gonna let you keep it too. But here you go again.
What the frick, Bromeus?
Wow.
To be fair,
I was left.
they have been getting on Bralneus' nerves, bringing up the payment of the mercenary payment we decided on over and over and over again. So
Fair
he is being on purpose rude here.
I see.
Is he
Anyway,
that?
Dude, I got treated better.
so let's yeah, you did get treated better. 'Cause,
You telling me we gave you a legendary magic item? I don't think we did.
I mean, fair. Anyway, so that being said,
One sec.
let's handle the stuff with
I'm sorry about complaining about the prices. I get very annoyed about costs sometimes.
for context, rolled an insight check and got really high, so that's why he's comfortable saying that.
That insight check would also probably reveal that they got paid pretty handsomely just for existing near here. So, you know, maybe a little bit of dungeon loot is acceptable. Static
I'll
character.
work to pay it off.
with all due respect, it's best you just take it. Paying it off is gonna take you
A
unless
very,
you're
very long
really
time.
unless
Literally
you're
not
really
happening.
unless you're really fucking lucky, it'll take you, I want to say, like 4 years,
At
maybe
least.
5.
At least.
And that's assuming you're as lucky
Here
as
be.
we've been for a long while. Like, consistently lottery lucky.
Like, that item is unironically worth millions of gold. Hundreds of thousands of platinum.
And we gave it away for free.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I suggest you take it as a gift, and everything else is at your discretion.
Anyway. So let's handle
In that case, I will thank you for it, and if you ever need it, you can use it.
Thank you.
Yes. Let's skip over to Arcoris, or Acoris. Yes,
No one knows how to
Acoris.
say that name.
It's
It's gonna
Acoris.
change every time.
Acoris. Like Icarus, but Acor. Instead of Icarus, it's Acoris. Anyway. Acoris. Let's handle your little conversation with Brolnaeus really quickly. Let's try to figure it out a little bit.
Gotcha. Fuck, what did Ronnie say when he approached? I've forgotten.
Sup, I'm back.
Aye.
He's running a
So-
diadem at this point.
Have you read the details about my ability yet?
Yep. I was looking for it while I was waiting.
Have you come to a decision?
Do you mention any major side effects from the power? Is it possible to remove it and completely remove it from my system?
Yes. It can be removed a great many number of ways. It's more difficult when you have the true version of the infection, which is what I would give you if you became the honor guard, and that would give you all the bits we're looking for aside from being able to go through you. But it can be removed by greater restoration and a few other methods.
Gotcha.
as well.
That's what I want to know, if I can just permanently get that out of my system.
Oh
and-
yeah, it is. I ain't no high tier.
Yeah.
And pretty sure, remember correctly, if I die, like I turn into one of your infected summons, right? That's
If
how the
you-
infected.
If you fully die, you turn into one of the infected. Well, to be specific, you don't turn into it. One is born from you.
And what does that do to my body? Is the question I'm trying to figure out here.
Your
Is it-
body does not exist.
Gotcha. Okay.
It would
Which
leave
is-
remains, like a few guts here and there. So if someone has true resurrection, they could bring you back.
No.
Actually, it would be more likely that reincarnation could possibly work.
Yeah, reincarnation is the cheapest method of doing that. You
If-
only need a piece.
If it still worked, but you know, that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Considering coming back to life, not a very popular thing nowadays. Not the worst
wonder
Not what
why.
downside.
Yeah, that's
Also,
not what I'm worried
uh,
about. It's go ahead.
One of the biggest regular upsides is the fact that when you go down, automatically stabilize.
Gotcha,
Actually, no, not how it works for the
For the
night one.
King's Guard,
For the King's Guard.
it gets changed to you go up at 1 HP once.
Or you, instead of dropping down, you just drop to 1 HP.
Yeah.
It's the resilience thing.
I'm willing to do this. However, I do have one request.
By all means.
I would like you to do what. Sorry, let me clear my throat air. I would like you to take whatever remains of me and either somehow get that to the underdog, or get somebody else to take me there.
Very well. I will agree to those terms wholeheartedly. I will
Alrighty.
spend no effort should you I will expend no end of effort to return your remains to your home.
Thank you very much.
That's of course assuming I'm not dead. I will also set aside a private fund should we both die to accomplish the very same.
Fair enough. Chris will hold out his hand for a handshake to seal the deal.
Brolnaeus will reciprocate.
All right, cool. Well,
All
time
right.
skip.
You should probably come into my room so we can do the ritual.
I will follow you. That sounds kind of wrong, but all right.
Suspicious.
All right. Weird ass blood pentagram later. In a 1 hour ritual. Da 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 da. Blood for blood. Dwell within the blade. Rise within the shield. And pay homage to the king. Death and everything in between. Rise to your duty and serve the king. Blood for blood. Dwell within the sky. Become the rain to fall. There we go.
All right, cool. Now we're
We'll
gonna
deal
do
with
a
that
one
later.
par. We're gonna do a 1 par time skip.
With that said, what do I get?
Huh?
What do I get?
Oh, true.
Are you
True.
saying?
You make a fair point. You make a fair point.
Or I get a charge.
Yes, you do.
I get one of these.
Oh! Wow.
Oh, very useful.
What fourth level
Very
spell do I get? And is it an actual spell?
Indeed.
And does it work? The answer to if it works or not is you don't get to know.
Also, I'm going to be like at some point I'm going to make Jeff's room.
Understandable.
That's what I'm going to be doing during this 24 hours unless the party's going on. I'm going to be assembling a room in the Mechanica.
Oh, they're not doing the party yet.
Then I'm assembling a room in the Mechanica. I'm going to
if you
spend
guys-
1,000 gold on it and assume that'll be plenty.
If you guys need me to extend the space, just let me know.
I'm not going to do it right now, but yeah.
17. So that's 40, 57.
Rolneus will just
20.
add a second bed to his room, and guess that Acarus won't complain about it.
How much does a tent
You will
cost
not.
in the camp?
What do you mean? Oh, like
How much does a tent or building in the camp cost? A
Eh.
relatively separate, like, not really close to anyone else's.
Normally they would provide you free housing as a part of the contract of working for them. If you want something that's going to be separate, though, it's going to cost you. The space is going to cost you about 10 gold, just as a base price, and that's for this camp only. You do need to pay that again
Cool.
once the next camp rolls around,
Mm.
because they do have to be very, very selective with the space that they allow.
Fair.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ice Storm is the spell you get.
Ooh, that's actually a pretty nice one.
That's not terrible.
That is.
It's not like amazing, but it's... Hey, for free? Sure.
For free? Is for me?
Worth it if it's free.
Yeah. You rolled really well on that, I guess.
Hold on, I need to check something real quick.
Multi, if I spend some gold, to get like some
Okay.
pack animals and then transform them into infestors, what's the gold cost per infestor? Because I need fodder. I need fodder because I'm not getting fodder through fights anymore. It's just not happening.
Fair.
And someone exploded all of the expendable fodder I had last time for no reason.
Who's he talking about?
The man I wouldn't know.
That's crazy.
What would be the gold per fodder ratio?
What do you mean? Like spending money to get more infestors?
Yeah, I need to basically buy the I need to buy like a pack animal or whatever, something that the camp would have in mass, like random ass cattle. Infect them 4 times, kill them, and then get an infester.
Or, wait, let me look at the pork thing. Need to look at that real quick. They'd have a couple of like donkeys and the like. It's gonna run you about 10 gold apiece.
All right, good, because I didn't want to go killing all the stray neighborhood cats or anything. That'd be a little unhinged.
It would be more than a little unhinged, yeah.
Alright.
They're once they find out what you're doing, though, they're probably gonna stop selling to you.
Good, I buy them all in one bulk.
So why do you need so many mules for this, by the way?
I intend to use them in my
In your what?
dungeoneering.
Oh, I see, I see. Very dangerous career, that is. Do your best to keep them safe, alright? I've raised these since they were fiddies.
Yes. Safe.
They call me evil.
Mm-hmm.
Have we?
You. But
Have
others,
a
maybe.
good
Someone
day.
out there.
I mean,
Yes,
someone
of course.
probably.
I can reasonably spare about 5 for you today.
Do you have anything else other than donkeys? I'll take those 5. Do you have anything else as well?
Hmm.
So long
I
as
have
it
a-
can travel with me, it'll be fine.
I have a couple of camels and a couple of like basic sort of horses. Keep in mind these are like Trelevorian equivalents of the such. I'm just, you know,
How much?
those are gonna run you about 50 gold apiece, and I can only send you about 2 of each. Why do you need so much packs?
That's all out of my reasonability.
Hmm.
I'll take those 5.
Inside check, inside check. That's a natural 18.
Oh, you said natural 8.
Well, Bralneus hasn't lied or anything, but he's certainly being sketchy.
I'm going to need to know a little bit more about what kind of uses in this dungeoneering you're going to use.
Like,
Because,
how much do I need to disclose here?
like, what kind of situations will they be in? Will they be involved in combat? Or...
No, they won't be involved in any combat.
Oh, I see, I see.
Shut
Also,
the fuck up.
it's not like you to, it's not like people to not use vehicles, so I appreciate the traditional standpoint you have here, but, will they be entering the dungeons at all, or?
No, not them.
Then... What exactly do you mean by not them?
Do you got any cattle?
What do you need
Interesting
them
pivot.
for?
Would you like me to come and help?
Because if you're asking for cattle, you're clearly not talking about pack animals anymore, which,
Well, do you have any cattle?
we have some cattle we use for meat, but
How much
that's
you
about
selling
it.
them for, if they're for sale?
They're not really for sale, they're breeding stock. And we have somebody who's able to age up animals faster.
They are very precious members of his family.
But,
Well, considering they sell them for meat,
we butcher them ourselves.
I see. With the one that can age them up faster, how fast are they aging?
About maybe a month every day or so.
Can they age any organic matter or inorganic matter as well?
Specifically, more animals, living creatures. Just need to be
Living
alive.
creatures. Do they have to be sentient?
Are cattle sentient? As a matter of fact, it doesn't work on creatures of above a certain intelligence level. It kind of leaves their brains underdeveloped.
So can he age
You're saying we should use it on
bacteria?
Anna?
Can he age
Yes.
bacteria?
I would assume that's how that works, but I've never really. It's not my ability. I don't know exactly how it works.
Interesting.
I mean,
Well,
my husband's not really super open about his ability.
I see.
Yes,
Could you at all put me in contact for this person if they're willing to take a commission to use their power ever?
I can go ask him.
Great.
Honey,
Here's my.
Get over here.
Oh, they're here. Oh, that makes things convenient.
Ah, yes. Hello there.
Hi. I was wondering if you're willing to use your power on a few projects of mine for a commission.
What kind of projects you got?
Biological research projects.
So you were going to butcher our donkeys?
Why would I butcher them? I have no use for meat.
Oh. But why are you asking about cattle? Don't mind my husband. He's not much for, how do I put it? He cares a lot about the animals.
Yeah, clearly, that has been an issue. I intended to transform them, but obviously that's not gonna work. So...
You intended to what?
What part of biological research did this not get to you?
And the original salesman, the guy just looks really offended suddenly.
You know, it was my fault to come into a store that sells animals, expecting to buy animals, in order to use...
We don't condone animal abuse.
Why would it be abuse?
Well, I don't think they would, feel good about being transformed into what? What would you even turn them into?
Okay, but do you... Okay, in this hypothetical situation, would
Where I do this.
Would butchering be animal abuse? Is killing any animal abuse?
Well, considering the animals that we grow aren't really able to do much besides, how you put it, sit there and drool, and we have to feed them forcefully. They are not really, they are made for meat.
And Bromais is the problem?
Great, okay. So, we have an agreement between donkeys, who are sentient, and random beasts. There's a line. Alright, we're getting somewhere.
Yes, namely in how they're raised and how intelligent they are.
Anyway, separate from this conversation, because clearly I'm not going to be able to buy anything from here. You have nothing to sell. To you, Mr... with a question mark.
Which one are you asking?
The one with
Actually,
the power.
What am I talking about? They have the same last name. Mr. Sunpack.
Sunback. I'd like your help in aging a few projects of mine quicker, so that way they may have results quicker.
Again, just so you are aware, I'm not able to age any complex
Sentient
organs such
creatures.
as
Yes,
eyes or brains. Those
That's
remain in
perfectly
the
fine.
development stages they were before. All right.
I
well,
assume you don't need to be in constant, active proximity of the thing to use your power. I assume it's more visit
No,
every now
it's-
and then kind of thing.
it is a more active thing. It is a very consistent thing I have to do. They do not age while I'm not using my ability. I mean, they age normally while I'm not using my ability.
Then that's a shame. At your rate of aging, it won't be convenient for either of us. I apologize for wasting your time. I must go
Of
find
course.
somewhere else to procure specimens.
You
Waste
were
your time.
you were looking at
Oh, I know.
the meat product, right?
I was looking for any creature of medium size, roughly. Or large is fine as well. Anything that I could use, but your meat stock is breeding stock and not for sale. So,
Well, the meat stock we have right now is breeding, yes. Yeah, essentially, if you stop by in about a day or so, maybe... What's the current one at right now? 4 bars? Yes, where are you going with this, honey? Oh, if you stop by in about... what? 6 bars or so, I can probably get you a... at least 1 or 2 full-grown, cattle.
that's just not enough.
Well, then, sorry. Don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
That's the most I'd be
See.
able to offer you reasonably. You wouldn't really sell... I would. Oh,
Thank you for your time. Seems
of
like I need a
course.
larger scale shop.
Or just go hunting, would be my suggestion.
I'm
Honey.
not Anna.
Who?
And without giving any context, Bronius leaves to go to the monster cellar.
Sam, it's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
I...
It was a brilliant idea.
Get a familiar, then execute it.
The monster cellar is going to be both more and less for it.
Okay, we can skip this a little bit. Do you have anything of medium or like large size that you're willing to sell me so that way I can kill it? And to
I
use my
have-
power on it
What?
to have minions.
I have a couple of monstrosities that might be worth to your liking.
Great! Do you have a
Um,
lot of them? I need like 15.
Oh, I do not have anything of that number right now. I have about 6 monstrosities I would be okay with being butchered.
What are you selling them for?
You see his eyes kind of narrow for a second, and then they kind of, the edges of them kind of raise up a little bit as he, as his mouth breaks into a smile. 250 gold pieces apiece.
God, 250
Surprised
each.
he hasn't considered
You know,
going
just
to
got
people
a
that go hunting
brilliant
and asking to
idea.
capture things.
And with that, Brolneus plunges his arms into his chest, rips himself in half, and disappears in a pool of blood.
Okay then.
I'm gonna go bother Contrain.
Oh, no!
Contrain! I want to put a mission out.
Oh.
Yes, talk to the receptionist, Brolneus.
Okay, I need people to go hunting to bring me living beasts. I need a lot.
Talk to the receptionist, Brolneus.
Who's that? I've never met them.
I like to imagine he hired a reception just to stop Barnabas from getting to him, and it's not working.
Meet Trisha. She has been working
Where-
here For 6 months.
Where?
Right there. And he points right outside the door, and Trisha gives a little wave. Hello.
Oh, hi there. Walks over like an obedient puppy.
And Contrain just gives the most relieved sigh that anyone has ever heard him give in a long time.
He acts like... The funny thing is he thinks Brolnaeus is going to consistently go to Trisha.
He thinks this is the end.
One time. Only once. This one time.
Alright.
Every other time it's straight to Contrain.
I'd like
Jeez.
to put a mission out for the hunters groups and scouts and anyone who wants to pick it up. I'll buy any living captured creature, beast, monstrosity, otherwise anything they just so happen to have on hand, for a reasonable price if delivered to the Mechanica. I'm not looking for rare specimens. I just need a lot of cheap stuff.
Oh, so any common sort of varieties. All right.
Yeah, so
Right,
like
right.
if they catch a insert bunny replica here, I'll gladly take it off their hands for a few coins. Just something for any group out there that just happens to see an easy catch and get in on the money.
I'll post it on the generalist list then.
Fantastic. I'm willing to accept up to 50 specimens.
Understood.
I'll place a down payment of 1,000 gold, and if you could manage it for me, a separate storage space until the Mechanica returns if I'm not here at present.
That will cost you about 10 gold pieces.
Just take it out of the 1,000 gold deposit to give to anyone when they put in an animal while I'm gone.
Do you have a maximum or minimum price?
Whatever the
creature,
fair
of course.
rate, whatever the fair rate is, but the maximum I'm willing to accept is, I want to say 100 for a really big specimen. Like if they bring in a huge or larger creature, I'll be willing to buy it for maybe a little more if it's special, but I'm not looking for quality here.
Most
If they-
huge or larger specimens are going to be roughly about 600 gold pieces. Especially if captured alive.
I figured.
Understandable.
But yeah, around 100, 150 is my absolute limit per specimen.
Why don't you just like make vials of infection that they should coat their weapons with and then kill the creature with that?
Because then the infected are going to
because-
attack them once they break out.
Yeah, because my if my synaptic range was larger, absolutely. In fact, I could advance my synaptic range by having a monitor or making an Omega Tower, but all my biomass is in the Dwarf City about now.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's made its way over there now.
also, considering the camp moves and the bio tower is not movable, I also don't think the camp would appreciate having a bio tower because it corrupts its surroundings into flesh horrorscape. So, you know.
Well, that's their
Luckily-
problem. I don't remember you ever caring about what the camp likes.
True. But, you know.
Do
So
it.
I don't have a way of expanding my synaptic range other than leveling at the moment. So while that's a good idea, if I had expanded range at the moment, no.
Yeah, otherwise they would just attack the people who birthed them.
I'm also willing to pay more than 1,000. I'm just gonna put 1,000 here as a deposit.
Understood. I'll put it up as a standing request. That varies in payment, though that does mean that it's going to be a little bit less on the priority list of a lot of people who want more consistent and pre-stated numbers. But
Yeah, this
for
is
those of you...
this is meant to be like a side job. Like if they're already out on a job and they see an easy catch, you know.
I see. I'll put it out there then. Well, in that case, cool.
Recommended as a side quest.
I don't know, there's some generalists that do some pretty wacky things.
Well, you know, tell them if anyone brings me like 100 rabbits, I'll take them all.
My fucking no! You're the person who creates those side quests.
Damn right he is.
All right,
You're
with
the
that,
reason I had to grind
Yeah,
100
yeah.
rabbits.
So,
with
with
that,
the time
Bronneus
skip
leaves.
is finished. Unless anyone else has anything they want to do in terms of shopping or buying things, we are going to be speedrunning that though.
That I can
No.
think of.
No, I
I didn't manage to think of anything, so no.
All
I mean,
right,
I know
so-
I'm rich for my 5 platinum, but I'm good.
True. Which you can turn into much more platinum. All you need to do is go to a bank. That's all I'm saying, man. It's all there for the taking.
They'll never see it coming.
We'll never
They
see
don't.
it coming. Anyway, that being said,
And with that,
time skip ends. Bob approaches you guys, or approaches the Mechanica. Oi! Islay!
I cannot hear him.
Also, he has a badge.
Discernibly, I would
Oh,
not
did-
be
right,
somewhere
you
where
got-
I can be heard.
So did you guys not take the badges back from Bob?
Not yet, no.
Okay. In that case, he walks on. Knock knock.
Bob at the very least can probably keep his.
Bob would be allowed to keep his. Maybe not Ulfidic and the other two, Larry and the guy
Octavius
whose
and
name
Larry.
Octavius. Thank you. I knew it started with an O. I just could not think of it. Yeah. But Bob would be allowed to. He's our superior.
Hi, is anyone here?
I open my door. Yes.
Oh, hello there. I don't know you.
I'm
Shoot.
Jeff. Jeff Emmett. Nice
Nice to meet you.
You
Smiley
can't
face
see
thing
this
happens.
guy. You can't see this guy's thing either.
This guy's what?
It's time.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Gotcha.
is your group leader around?
Oh wait, you're one of the new guys.
Don't know. Rolneus has been about, far as I know. So
Oh, is he the group leader now? Or was that Isla?
heard he was co-leader.
Oh, he's was. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. He was before. Okay, anyway. Is Isla in his workshop like he's been?
I don't know.
Alright, guess I'm gonna go knock on that door. Actually,
Decorating my room.
Oi! Robot voice! Where's Islay? And then Talos responds, I don't have time to wait for the voice to load, so
He's given up.
you know what? Screw it. I've not given up.
I'll be right back.
He had, but then you rearranged his will.
What have I told you about calling me Robert?
Well, simply that I shouldn't, and that I should call you Bob. But I feel it is disrespectful to use a simple nickname when referring to one's superior.
Respect this, respect that. No, you call me Bob.
Respect.
Understandable?
These nuts.
Talos responds in the affirmative.
All right. So where's Islay?
Oh, I can contact him for you. And then,
A intercom pops up in Islay's workshop.
He's not in his workshop.
Where is
He is setting up another, a facet of Talos in the Artificer King's room right now.
Oh, so what do you mean, like a fast?
So they can talk.
So like an ex. Oh, that's so smart.
His friend. What? I thought that was obvious. That's what I was gonna do.
No.
I mean, I say friend, but I don't know if they're gonna get along.
Oh yeah, no. Talos is gonna be loving that. So in that case,
I imagined, but I didn't know.
Yeah, the interdimensional signal booster. Oh, that's what you were talking about with the dimension stuff. Is the signal booster, so we can breach into it using the key as a focal point. Right. Because you're gonna be keeping the key on the Mechanica anyway. Right.
Yeah.
I will say he will not be unable to access that while the key is off the Mechanica. But so long as the key is on the Mechanica, he can use that as a focal point to access the other dimensional area.
That's fine, though. You know.
Yeah. Anyway,
I doubt
that's
that
where
he's
I
going
am.
to frequently be off the Mechanica.
true.
excuse me, sir.
Yes. Oh shit, you're working.
Indeed, I booted up the device as soon as I found that it was connected properly to the key.
Yes. connected properly. I say is like half the wires aren't even plugged in. Connected properly.
Indeed. I used the MER scanner.
What? Say that again?
The blue shunchum scanner device you use for searching for dungeons.
Mm-hmm. What about it?
I use that to remotely access the key.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry, coming through fuzzy, probably the... You know.
That certainly would do it, yes. There is, it appears as if Robert is here to see you.
Oh. Do we know why? Has he said?
I believe it is about that mission he was talking to you earlier when you came back. As I read in the mission report.
Gotcha. Suppose I probably need to come out for that, don't I?
It would be seen as polite, yes. Or I could establish a radio signal now. No, the signal would be
Alright.
rather fuzzy.
I'll get going. I'll take the journey to leave.
Okay, I'm
Understand.
back.
Well, yeah. So
Welcome back.
in that case, you meet Bob in the mechanics. I assume a door shows up and you walk out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nifty trick.
Yes,
that from the,
it is.
And he kind of gets in a little secretive tone and kind of hushes his shoulders. Is that from the thing?
It's... Yes.
I see.
It
Have the
is.
new guys been made aware of it yet?
No, and they won't be.
Understood. I'll keep my lips zipped.
Good. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So, that being said,
So-
I got a mission set up. We picked one that we figured would be reasonably difficult if provided you guys were helping us. So making it relatively easier. You know, with all of us together.
I see. Well, it would be...
We're going to get ourselves a flash freeze Drakening.
I do not know what that is. I'm just going to level with you.
Oh, it's like, imagine like a dragon,
Mm-hmm.
with out the wings, and it runs around on 4 legs like a hex wolf or something. Except without the 6 legs, you know, it's all got 4. Anyway,
Seems pretty dinky, but yes.
it's a little bit. It actually makes pretty good use of it, all things considered. But you know, it has some individual abilities over frost and lightning. I can give the group that's going with me a briefing because you're not coming, aren't you?
No, I've got a lot to set up.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Should I go talk to Brodace about it then? Or would
He is an active member, so that's probably a good idea, yes.
understandable. Sorry about interrupting your work then.
Oh,
that's
you're
my bad.
fine.
Should I go to him for stuff now other than like mission reports?
Probably a good idea. He'll give it to me at a later date.
No,
Sure.
sure.
Should be fine.
Well, in that case, I'll go over to him. Which one's his room again?
That one.
Oh, thank you. All right. Well,
Be
good luck with
careful
your.
when entering there.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen them on atrocities. I don't
Freaky.
worry about that. I know it's
Yep.
it's pretty spooky here. Anyway,
Yes.
that being said, I'll talk to you later. Good luck with your thing. Wink, wink.
Make it sound worse than what he does in there.
What? Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to.
Fine. I'm gonna go through now. Gotta go back.
I love Papa. All right.
He walks into the first room, and all the animals that have been collected from one par's time, so probably not very many, are in there along with the menagerie. And he walks into the second room, and Brolnace is just doing his thing. Currently, he'd be at the work table, doing some technomancy shit.
Is Acarus there too?
I imagine all of those
I imagine
beasts
Hold up
so.
1 second.
are
Uh,
balled up into a single
Does he see a
corner.
35 stealth check?
Man, what the
Who?
fuck are you? In the goddamn corner?
I'm in the corner.
I know who
I'm-
would pass that perception check.
That's
I know
not
who would.
It would.
He in fact does not see you.
I would make a noise, or sort of motion to Borneas, because he would have known who I was. Sort of mention that someone's come in the room, and
Well, you and me are linked now. I know
that's
where
right,
you
my
are
bad,
at
my
all
bad.
times, and you know where I am at all times.
Borneas, somebody's entered the room. There, I'll give it. Got it. I assume that's a friend.
Yeah.
Understood.
Come in, bub.
Hey,
I'll
Bronius.
slowly sheath my war scythe.
Hey,
How do
Bronius.
you
So,
I
sheath
was ready
that?
for violence.
got the mission set up. We're leaving in about 3 hours. Actually, do you mind if we take this thing? We'll be able to get there a lot faster.
Ask easily.
Oh, I was just talking to him. I can ask him when I'm on my way out. Or I can ask Talos to ask him, actually. That was the robot's name, right? Talos?
Yes.
Or was it Talos? Talos?
It's Talos.
Talos? Ah, yes, yes, fair enough. Alright. Well, in that case, let's see. Yeah, anyway. If we can use this, it makes the travel time from about par to roughly about 3 hours, I think. No, it'll be 6 hours. It's 2 parts. My bad. It's a bit of a traveling. Apparently, a flash freeze strike set up in a nearby mountainous or hilly region, and it's not being nice to local wildlife because it's not supposed to be there. So we got to go take care of it. Whether we kill it or capture it's up to us. But if we capture it, we can sell it to somebody or even keep it ourselves. Aphidic's been keeping a couple pets, so nothing as big as a as a dragon.
If we kill it, I might want some of its parts, but sounds good to me.
Up to you. Yeah.
I'll send a ping through everyone else's badges to the ship. Just like a little beep 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 beep.
I'm in the ship.
Quick question: Do you send
that's-
the ping to me?
How do I turn this off?
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, there's.
I'm gonna get
you.
intelligence checks to figure out what the mute button was.
Is there a mute button? That's the real question.
I've turned the volume up to max. Bob is
It's
a
blaring.
I
Bob,
look
Bob.
over to the corner.
Bob makes direct eye contact with you.
Hand me your damn badge.
Okay.
I
I
turn
like
the
the
volume.
okay.
What the frick? Who are you?
I turn down the volume to not normal, but like not muted, and then I hand it back. There you go.
Right. Who is this guy? Is he one of the new
Well,
guys?
I will
No.
say my name. You can introduce me, Multi.
Introduce me,
Please,
Squire.
Arcyrus. My bad, Arcyrus.
He is acting as my bodyguard.
No.
Can I just say the fact I've not won twice on technology checks is hilarious.
Very telling of your character, truly.
Due to
And yet you
some
nat 20 the
recent,
stealth check.
due to some recent developments, I require surveillance.
No. The thing with the guy coming after you.
Yeah, way to hopefully not get kidnapped. Yeah.
Seriously. Well, if they come for you, they're gonna have to get through us first. You hear me? You're a member of this disc mercenary group.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment, but if you see the guy, you're not gonna be conscious anyway. Let's just say that.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm alright to you now, bud.
Yeah, physical power really doesn't to that guy.
What deer is he?
I don't know.
Oh. It's entirely possible I could beat you then.
Me personally, I'm not wagering my bets on that.
Alright then, well, whatever you say. Anyway, that being said, I'll go ask Easily if we can borrow the ship. And he does so.
He asks Talos to ask Islay, and then just
I
figures
will
you
say
can
yes.
He says thank you, and proceeds to proceeds to go grab everyone else in his group, and you all get ready to set off towards, and also everyone else in the group. Your badges beep, which, so far as you know, is assuming you assume it is going to lead you back to the. It's going to tell you to come back to the ship.
I open the door. I'm on the ship.
As am I.
Is anyone not on the ship?
Ash would make her way towards the ship.
Okay, so there were people not on the ship.
Which means you were justified.
So once everyone's on the ship, Bralneus will spill the beans, and that's that.
Right. Well, you guys take off and you start heading off. And I think that's probably a good place to end the session.
Boo.
What, you want to keep going?
Yeah.
I can.
I am not so sure about that. I kind of don't want to go past 10 today.
That's fair. In that case, I can get the basic description of what sort of happens. We can get a
I would be
version
fine
or
with
so.
that,
A bracket.
personally. A bracket? Flower Man?
So,
Give him back!
Give him back! He's mine.
We've all seen that video then?
Yes. Have you guys seen the fucking?
There's
have
like
you seen the animated
7
version of it?
So
fucking
fucking funny, dude.
There's like 7 fucking animations. It's so good.
It is so good.
Good one.
I actually found a sequel animation for it.
Oh, really? You need to send that, you know?
Oh, send a link, bro.
Yeah, share that. All right, so you guys are, flying across the landscape, and then you see, Talos is going to alert you. I'm not going to do the voice because I'm on my computer right now.
Wow, he's
appears
giving
there
up
is
on
a-
the voice.
Fine.
I have a power. What can I say?
Fine. Give me a freaking second.
This is what we like to call girl bossing.
About 5 hours and 50-ish minutes into your travels, Talos has re-entered the material plane because you guys are approaching the destination, as would make sense.
Sir, and Roleus, it appears there is a small geographical phenomenon below us. Would you like me to open up scanners and sensors?
I can't really see it, but sure.
Oh, my apologies. Roleus, would you like me to open up the visual link?
I didn't say nothing.
Hence
But
why
by
I
all
continue to
means.
ask you.
But by all means, open up cam.
as he does, there is a brief look, and below you can see a patch of land. So you've now entered a hilly, almost vaguely mountainous region. Not like super high peaks like some of the mountains you've seen in Solar, but it's decently mountainous, and most of it's like evergreen and like very green, very lush, sort of mountainous region. And then there's just this strip leading into the mountain that is just white, like snow and frost has just crystallized in this path.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't think this thing's gonna be hard to find.
Of course not. It's a flash freeze. What do you think they call it that? No, it's the issue is finding it in the more localized area. Because let me tell you, depending on how long they've been there, it can be a bit of a mess.
I imagine.
Out of curiosity, has Vash ever heard of one of these?
Further scans detect what appears to be a valley coated in ice and snow. sonar detects that it's roughly about 12 feet deep in some areas. Other places have reached 30 feet deep. This is unusual for this region.
Well, right it is. Place doesn't get stormed normally at all. Also ask for if Vash has heard any of them. How much research has Vash done on draconic species?
Realistically, here and there, depends on what she would have learned from the people of the Dark Forest, and if she would have come across anyone in her travels.
The Dark
So
Forest
it could
mainly...
literally go here or there.
Okay, make me a nature check then.
Oh, a nature check.
Yep.
Hold up. Okay. 22.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled a 5.
Well, you've heard of drakes, and you've also heard that there are different types of drakes, whether that be Draconin or Dracoline, as well as just standard drakes. They're sort of pseudo-dragons of sorts, in terms that they... Not in the terms that they're pseudo-dragons, but they're sort of dragons. They don't have the wings, and they can't fly around, but a lot of them... Some of them still have breath weapons. And they can grow to be pretty freaking big. They have a similar aging cycle to the normal dragons in the sense that they have drakelings, young, adult, and ancient.
Yeah.
From what you're seeing here, if it's exerting this much influence, it's either been here for a while or it's on the older side when it comes to drakes.
How realistic would it be to calm it down?
No. They are not intelligent.
Oh, okay.
Or they're not as intelligent as dragons. They're slightly more intelligent than Anna, but they are not more intelligent than dragons. They usually have about a 6. Maybe an 8 at most. They're smart-ish for animals, but they're not smart in terms of like Trilivorian or dragon intelligence.
Alright.
Yeah, anyway, so some things you're gonna need to know about a flash freeze striking in. From what I've been told, especially by a Fiddick over there who's specialised in researching some of these creatures. What is it, a Fiddick? Actually, not a Fiddick. You just tell us. Why don't you tell us what's going on? All right. Essentially, they are territorial ambush predators. So keep your eyes peeled and be careful about traps it may set for us.
Well, I'm not worried at all in the slightest.
I'm not either.
They have a knack for knowing when they've been seen, so...
Well, they'll be seen once I approach.
Understood. Anyway, that being said, they can be oddly... They're very dangerous, to say the least. They will rapidly cool an area and then proceed to electrify it, using the now cooled terrain, air, and creatures as conductive things. So, that being said, any metal is very dangerous to have on you while traversing this area. I suggest removing any you might be wearing.
Unfortunate for me.
Ah, yes. Technomancy or technological items are notably pretty dangerous to have, though provided they have proper insulation, they should be just fine. Though the metal
Out of curiosity,
itself...
what language are they speaking in?
Oh, he's speaking common.
Well, you currently have Vash like sitting on the side, just twiddling her thumbs and waiting.
Yep. All right then. Well, Talos, would you mind bringing us down over there? And he'll point at an area that appears to be mostly clear. And for the most
So,
part, still.
Vash will walk up to Ophidic and say, and just like wave hello, and she'll just slowly go through every language she knows, saying, "So, do you speak this one?"
Eh. And eventually she'll land on a. Oh no! Wait, she doesn't know cross giant. Shoot. He doesn't. Oh, he can't speak.
If he doesn't
Solarian.
respond to any of them, she turns to Bob and does the same.
Ah.
Oh yeah, I speak Primordial. What about it?
Could you please go through everything you just told to him to me, as I don't understand a word he said.
Oh yeah, blah. And he relays the information.
You
to
should probably also let me go ahead and quickly go through for him, as she points to Arn. As from what I've noticed, he does not understand common either.
I'm gonna have a Fiddick explain
Although,
to Solarian.
That's probably a good idea. But
He's
could you
pretty
please go ahead and explain all that to me?
Yeah, let me get you. And he runs through it with you. Essentially what was just said. Explains they're not really vulnerable to fire, due to the fact that they can shield themselves naturally with their own like cold material. Though they're not like particularly strong against fire. It's a neutral thing. Unlike some other frost species.
Yeah.
And it being draconic means that it has a pretty decent. It's pretty decently hard to hit, though Draconins tend to be more dexterous than their more basic draconic counterparts. Draconins and Dracolines tend to be more dexterous at the very least. Though he says that flash freezes are some of the most dexterous in terms of their speed.
If this thing starts running, we're gonna have a fat chance of catching it. So we're gonna have to just track it down.
And as he explains to other people,
they've been seen to travel as streaks of lightning, so
be careful about that as well. So,
Oh, sure, we'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
and if anyone's paying attention, or if anyone's in the helm, they would see the stretching sensation that is so not familiar to the new guys. As space distorts, so that you guys can slow down properly.
Well, that definitely doesn't feel great.
No, it does not.
I mean, it feels just fine. It feels like you're decelerating naturally, but if you probably do get a slight sense of vertigo looking out the front window. All right. Well, with that, you guys land. The doors open, and cold air washes
Well,
in.
everyone, as we're doing some tracking, go ahead and gather round. I cast Pass Without Trace.
Oh, understandable.
Oh, well, I'll gladly take just a natural 25 to my stealth.
Do I see you casting Pass Without Trace? Or
Yes.
casting a spell, rather? Okay, I don't huddle up.
If I'm correct, Vash did realize stuff with you and say, fair enough.
Rip.
So, how much time does that take again?
It's 10 minutes, I think.
First level is 50 mana.
Oh, how much time?
1 hour.
I mean,
think that's
can-
2 and then it's 4.
I can
So-
take Sula with me. We can scout from the sky. That'd help.
Yeah, it's 2 hours worth of time.
Cool.
For a second level spell slot. Or for a second level spell.
Well, I am now concentrating on Pass Without Trace.
Yes, you are. And with that, after the cold air rushes in and bathes you all in its absolutely frigid temperatures, the inside of the Mechanica was probably about an even 75, maybe even on the warmer side of an 80 in terms of Fahrenheit. It's roughly about 30 to 40 Celsius for you, Ricky. I think it's 40. Around that area.
Brolneus keeps his room at a cool 62 degrees.
Understandable. That's doable. Anyway, the air that rushes in is like -6, at least. If not,
You see as Vash doesn't react in the slightest.
Oh, it is quite chilly out here.
and this is in one of the warmer spots.
Again, me and Sula can scout from the sky.
That we could.
Alright.
That would help.
Also, anyone who needs cold weather gear, we brought some. And Bob reaches into a bag of holding and pulls out a bunch of cold weather gear.
I
Probably
will
realized we
take
should have put that on before we opened the door.
Probably.
Yeah, because areas around a flash freeze can be about.
Accurate. Do you need cold weather gear?
I should be fine.
Alright.
You might like some. You don't gain anything from hot environments, but cold environments do still affect you.
Yeah, fair. Honestly, I was gonna say that I should be fine because of the clothes I'm wearing. Is what I was getting at here.
Fair enough. For context,
Vash doesn't react to the cold at all.
Well, you're a fucking tree, so.
well, yeah,
I'm also
And-
resistant to cold damage.
yeah. Let me see.
Alright, well, summon my steed then.
And for context, Ricky, for you, it can hit roughly about -73 Celsius in some areas. So it's cold,
It's chilly.
and
For
that's
everyone else's context,
that's about a -100 Fahrenheit.
damn. That's not a great picture. Hold up, I'm just gonna actually send the picture in pictures, because I think the picture looks cool. So I'm going to do that.
No, it's pretty mean.
Okay. Dickhead.
Wow. What a
Pictures?
shitty friend.
Or in like character pictures.
Character pictures.
Well, yeah. That being said, that's where we're gonna wrap it up for today. So,
Alright.
thank you everyone for watching. Remember to have yourselves one dandy little day. Keep in mind it'll be okay. There's nothing you can do to stop it. And remember to have yourselves one dandy.
One daddy little day.
Shut up!